In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
To a show called... Oh, thank you. I love it. Yeah, that's very good. Hello and welcome to a show called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in search of grace and meaning and perhaps a little perspective. I'm John.
I'm Nick.
I'm Chris.
Ooh, we were just having a nice chat, weren't we?
We were having a chat and then we forgot that we have to record an episode.
Yeah.
And there was actually some gold in that chat.
Well, you did.
Will not make it into the show.
Well, you could put it on the end.
I could do. Yeah.
There's about 4 minutes of us talking about lagers we like.
We like beers.
We could include that. We say some quite aggressive, pointed things about people.
Well, yeah, we do that when we're not recording all the time.
All the time.
What's kind of wild is that, like, when we're just like having a chat pre-show, I'm like, God, this is natural. Yeah. Like, it's just good. We're just three dudes.
It's
fun.
I mean, every episode we record is a huge effort.
It's like so
mentally, it takes its toll.
Yeah,
it really does.
Real strain right now.
It takes a whole 2 weeks to recover.
I've just got back from holiday.
I know.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
First day at 5 o'clock, I'm often like, right, I'm ready.
Yeah.
And then I need a couple of weeks in a dark room.
I think it's a defense mechanism that, like, the moment we finish recording, and of course you two each get to your respective homes, the first message I receive is, what did we talk about?
Yeah.
What were our topics?
Pretty much every time.
I think we talked about this on the show before. When I get home and the first thing Ali says is, what were the other loves and hates?
Yep.
And I'm like, I have no fucking idea. And it was like 7 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't remember at all. So I text you and just like, what were your loves and hates?
The problem we have is that we're like late 30s, mid to late 30s now.
Yeah.
And me and Nick talk on the walk home.
Yes.
And by that conversation pushes everything else out of my memory bank.
Yeah. So I can remember that.
Yeah,
that's useless.
I can tell you what me and Nick talked about.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't now because that was 2 weeks ago.
Exactly. I pushed that out.
Yeah. Well, how do you think I feel when it comes to edit the damn thing?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
You're like, this is
you
hilarious.
don't edit this.
No.
I listen to this podcast. There's not a single edit in this podcast.
And there's some stuff that should be edited out.
You top and tail this podcast.
Punching the table.
Sorry, you might have to edit this. This is the kind of stuff you'll have to edit. You top and tail this podcast and you don't do anything else.
There is a world of difference between, listeners, imagine the air quotes, editing and cutting.
Okay.
I don't cut anything because it's all gold.
All gold.
Yeah. What's the standard edit on this then?
Oh my God. Noise reduction.
Levels.
What do you need that for?
Noise reduction is an automated process that takes seconds.
So that's easy.
That's easy.
So we'll tick that off.
I would say the thing that takes 2 hours is leveling.
2 hours it takes?
Give or take.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do what I can to make it longer.
You are.
What?
You are.
It takes a couple of hours.
What takes this?
Yes.
Look at this.
Yes.
John. Do the levels. What takes 2
hours? It's levels. It's levels. Yeah, because
so you have to go through it.
I feel like this is about to come back on me.
Along the waveform, as we like to call it.
Yeah, the waveform.
Along the waveform.
Yeah.
And then you see a spike, and it might be me screaming with
a
laughter.
spike. God, I'd love to see a spike.
The first spike, should we say?
Okay, the first like 30 seconds in.
You need to pull that spike's head.
Second one. Better get started.
Maybe less.
Settle in.
Pull that protruding head back behind the parapet again, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So, like, there are processes. There's what's the word? Is it normalization?
Yeah. Oh, sure. That sounds good.
You could.
I don't want to be normalized.
You could tell the computer.
Don't put me in a box.
Yeah, John.
You could tell the computer.
Bring everything down.
So I could look at, say, let's pick an individual at random. Chris Ray. We could pick like the Chris Ray waveform.
Could have been either of us.
And I could
Could have gone either way, couldn't it?
And I could try.
It's never going to be him.
Yeah. I could try and find a low.
Okay.
A low peak, and then I could try and find a high, and I could measure the amplitude of both
with a ruler.
And I could say, "Hey, computer, you're smart. You know, AI's come a long way." I could say, "Ignore everything below the low point.
Sure.
Oh.
Only focus on things of the high point.
Right.
And I want you to bring all the highs down by a certain amount, like because you want.
But you might lose my sensual whispers then.
Yeah, and I think the problem is that it's a real blunt instrument. And it doesn't really do the job.
Because what a lot of listeners don't realise is that I probably about 16% of everything I say on the podcast is a sensual whisper.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing most of those have been lost in the
Yeah.
process. Like,
Most
no one
of
gets
this
to hear
podcast
it.
is out of context.
For example, I'll do one now. There, see?
Yeah.
I bet John edited that out.
That was quite
Yeah.
that was quite funny.
It was so 2.5 hours. Yeah, it's weird. Like, so what
I could see you, like future you, already regretting this conversation.
Yeah. But what I do is noise reduction is easy
Yeah.
enough. That's why we get a
That's easy.
moment's room tone beforehand. That's
Yeah.
all automated.
Yeah.
Top and tail it.
Yeah.
That's great.
I always assumed
Okay.
that we did the pause
Yeah.
room tone
To get the silence.
so you knew where to cut it, because we often record
Oh,
2,
no,
3,
no, no,
4
no, no.
minutes
Yeah,
before.
that does make it easier.
Yeah,
admittedly.
that's what
But
I
no.
that's what I always thought.
So we're recording on 3 separate microphones.
Yeah,
So I'll go into each of your audio tracks.
there's a 4th one available.
which is well, then it's at half mast right now.
We,
It's not- yeah.
Like the rest of us.
So I go.
It's always what it's like
That's
on the
very,
show as well.
very clever. Yeah. But so then I'll go into, let's pick a individual at random, Chris Ray.
Yeah.
I go into your
Could've been
audio
us.
That's
track.
2 for 2.
It's just random.
I will
What are
find
the odds?
I will find that silent track that's coming off your microphone in the moment where we're not talking.
Well, that must be rare.
It is very rare.
This is why we get room tone at the start.
Yeah,
Isolate.
I usually say something during that bit.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Which
It's
is
u-
why.
it's usually quite
Which is
funny.
why I
It's
persist.
very
yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
So isolate a small segment, and I go analyze. That's for noise.
Yeah.
That's for background hum.
Okay.
Eliminate
then-
that from everything.
And then I apply it to the whole track, and then I go and remove that from all of Chris Ray.
Yes.
So then I do that for each of us. Now that's a simple process. That's mostly
It's
automated.
another simple process.
Very
That's 2
simple.
simple
Yeah.
processes.
So far.
But then what the kind of, let's say, the time-consuming element beyond that
Sure.
is because I found that normalization, it's a blunt instrument. We're going to lose the sensual
Whispers.
whispers. We're
Yeah.
going to lose the passion.
Yeah.
Makes it a bit tinny. So
Sure.
what I do is
Yeah.
I go through the wave forms for each of you, and now maybe someone who speaks with quite a measured tone, you might get like
Let's pick someone at random.
So this will probably be me again, right?
no, if someone spoke at quite a measured tone, you'd get like a kind of like a little wobbly line, and then occasionally like a
Yeah,
spike.
sure.
Maybe like, oh, it's a laugh. You go, haha. Like, that's weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a little laugh, like pops up. And what I'll do is I'll go, well, that's like 10 times higher
Sure.
than everything else.
Sure.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to manually go to that little spike,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to bring it down.
I see.
I'm going to bring it down a little closer to everything else. So I will go through and I do a bit of manual
Spiking.
Yeah.
manual spike removal.
de-spiking.
Yeah. Because I'm sure you could
Gesticulation,
automate it.
I think it's
Yeah.
called.
Yeah, that's it. That's
So
the one.
I do a bit of manual correction, like touching up like little errors in the painting.
Trying to censor me.
Yes.
In other words.
Yeah.
And then I do that for each of us. And then when we're kind of like, I'm happy with that.
Yep.
I do a loudness correction.
Oh.
So like basically,
We'll peek behind the curtain. There.
if it were, I think radio
Or radio.
Yeah.
tries to go out at,
I have a question.
okay, here we go.
Does all of this make all this padding in the room completely irrelevant?
No, I think it would be much worse if we
Okay.
didn't have this.
Fine.
And I think there are certain episodes you can listen to, and you would agree.
I think this padding speaks to the general quality of this podcast, which is very high production value.
But we're what lets the audio down.
oh, definitely.
Yeah.
The room is solid.
Well,
the room's great.
let's just say that each of your waveforms has a unique character, which is a strong reflection of you.
Yes.
think-
Let's leave it at that.
I think I know where this is going.
Yeah. Okay. So
Let's leave it at that.
let's just say Nix has a creative flair.
Oh, here we-
This is very diplomatic.
This-
I like this a
No,
lot.
this I would say this is not diplomatic.
Well, it's not going to be when it comes to you.
Because I know where this is going.
Yeah.
He doesn't even need to say
Okay,
anything.
I'm just saying, like, Nick's waveform it's wild, it's unpredictable, it's spontaneous,
Ooh, I like it.
it's,
I like it all.
it's playful, it's all over the shop,
Ooh.
it's challenging
Sure.
to work with.
Sure.
But he loves it. He loves the challenge.
Yeah. You know, that's our two. You know, that's really that just gets you there. You know,
Yeah.
and then yours, Chris Ray.
Yeah.
It is. It's challenging in different ways,
Sure.
shall we say?
Sure.
I say what you make up, what you lack perhaps in that kind of raw, playful spontaneity, you kind of make up in just kind of brute force and ignorance, really.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah.
very interesting. I've edited so many hundreds of hours of us talking
Yeah.
that, like, I don't even have to listen to it now because I know a laugh I can just see a laugh.
There it is.
It's like the Matrix, isn't it? You can see like blonde,
Yeah, all I see are
brunette,
ones
redhead,
and zeros.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, yours, Chris Ray, is it's a powerful waveform.
Thank you.
There's a lot
It's
of
not a
it.
compliment.
No.
And when I'm correcting your waveform, because Nick's is like
Probably doesn't need much correction though.
I
wouldn't have thought.
Well, in the sense that there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
It's like triage more than anything.
Sure. Yeah.
So,
No, I'll take that in the way it's intended.
Nick's got like very low lows but very high highs. He gets it
It's
all.
like my life.
And you're kind of like it's all high all the time.
Yeah.
So
It's all killer. It's all killer.
It's all killer. That's the thing.
No filler.
I wouldn't dare cut it. It's all good.
No.
But this is where
point.
we go back. When I've done all that, then we go to the match loudness, because I think radio comes out. It's like because everyone, you could have your home radio turned down low, you could have it turned down high.
Yeah.
But I think generally what you try to put out, I think podcasts, a good volume is like 18 decibels.
Okay.
Minus 18 decibels or whatever.
So the radio does this live essentially then.
Yeah, they probably just have better machines. It's all
Sure.
kind of fixed
Yeah,
in the
that
moment.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And they're probably trained.
Yeah.
Which of course we are trained.
Yeah.
We're trained podcasters.
You've trained yourself.
Yeah. So, but what
I just turn up every 2
but
weeks
when I do,
and hope for the best.
but like
Sometimes you're wearing clothes.
I mean, we've got more than the usual amount of beer today.
yes.
So I would say
it's
the
been a holiday. Yeah.
the best is happening.
Probably the best episode we'll ever do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Until about the hour mark, at which point we'll get
It's always
sleepy.
downhill from there.
Yeah.
Fine. Anyway, I'm not gonna. I'll stop talking about it. Let's just say, people at home, take a wild running guess before I match the loudness levels. Just rank us at home
Yeah.
in the order you think we are, from quietest to loudest, before John levels everything out.
I think I know the answer.
Just think about it.
Just think about it. And
Yeah.
write in
Yeah.
if you like.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, there's only so many combinations. There's only 3 of us. I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, there's this fourth one who's just speaks really quietly. Doesn't always come through on the final edit.
This is the very sexy one.
His name is Zutroy.
Zootroy.
Well, it's happened, folks. Our first cut ever in the history of a show called Hate. A joke that just didn't make the cut.
Yeah.
I quite liked
Never
it.
mind.
I'm intrigued about this Zootroy character. I want to play up this character a bit more in the
No,
podcast.
it's just a Simpsons reference.
We won't do that then.
Or Tibor. That was the other one.
Yeah, we'll cut that.
Okay, so anyone got anything else you want to talk about?
No, actually, I think we could probably wrap it there. I think
Yeah.
hate one. Let's go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've
No,
had enough.
believe
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes
Well,
your
look-
life easier, doesn't it?
It certainly does. I mean, although to be honest, this could be, for all this talk about editing, processing, this could actually be a ruthlessly efficient episode if we just go straight into the haze.
Oh,
We could do that. If this is a show called Hate, that's what we do. It's on the tin.
it's on the tin.
The tin?
Yeah, well, you can get it. You can get it in tin
Limited
form.
edition.
I think it's something
Oh.
Spotify does. You can get it sent in a tin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
That was a thing, wasn't it? Like, it does what it says on the tin.
Yeah. Well, that was like a general phrase, and then I think a brand adopted it. I think it was like Cuprinol.
Ron Seal.
Ron Seal. That was it. I was close. Does exactly what it says on the tin. And
Yeah.
and they
That
took
must have come from.
I think it was
something
already
originally.
a phrase.
Yeah, it was a phrase, and then Ron Seal were like, "We're gonna
We'll
monetize that."
You see,
phrase.
the worry with what you're suggesting there is that there was a common phrase in usage in
Yes.
Britain that suggested that something did what it claimed to do
Yeah,
on the tin.
that must have originated.
And you're
somewhere.
saying that didn't come from a company that used that as a sales point. You're
Agreed.
saying that in common language,
This is what I'm saying.
people would say that does what it says. It does what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
So my question is, what is the tin that started that?
Yeah,
that
That's
they
a
were
great
referring to?
question.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Probably alphabet spaghetti or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the national dish. Yeah.
It's our only cultural export.
The thing is about that Ron Seal did like monetize that long after the phrase had become popular. So I wonder, one, why no one else had done it,
That's true.
and B, why it took so long.
What it be?
What and B?
This was in our lifetime, wasn't it? This was like
Yeah, I think so.
1B.
yeah. Okay.
You got to wonder whether they had to do it in direct reaction to the fact that Ron Seal didn't do exactly what
I'm
it said
wondering
on
if
the
some
tin.
kind of something like expired, and then Ron Seal were like, right,
We'll have it.
we're having that.
And then that case,
I don't think you could come up with like a saying or colloquialism now that wasn't immediately monetized.
that's true.
Well, no, and also I guess the problem with like it does what it says on the tin is that it only works for a product which is named in an incredibly literate literal way.
Yeah.
True.
You know, because if you just call it like Coke, that doesn't do what it says on the tin.
That's
Doesn't
true.
Tell me anything.
Ron
but-
Seal seals, I guess.
Yeah.
So it does that.
Yeah, it's a DIY thing.
Yeah.
But so it works for it. But I'm
Yeah.
just interested. Nobody ever thought to do it before.
No.
There must be a reason.
Yeah. Like if there was like a kind of sexual aid and it was called like Chubbo, you know, then you'd be like, does exactly what it says on the tin.
Gives you one.
Yeah. Why would it be in a tin?
Well, you
Because it's so large. You
Oh,
have
yeah,
to like,
fine,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, you can't get it in small quantities.
No, out of the question.
They sell it in a massive phallic tin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one pill rattling around inside.
And you'll use that.
Yeah.
Obviously,
And that's
in
it.
its
And
entirety
then you'd be
for one session.
You'd be,
You'll have a chubbo then.
you'd be chubbo-ized.
You'll have a
Yeah.
chubbo.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it says on the tin.
Yeah. It does exactly what it says. On the
Gives
tin.
you a chubbo.
Yeah.
Who's got a hate?
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
Yeah. You're looking at me. So I take the bus a lot and public transport a lot.
The peasant
Okay.
wagon.
The peasant wagon, trains, buses.
Pooro.
That's me.
He's one of the poor.
He's one of the poor.
He's
Let's
one of
give him
them.
some alms.
He's one of them.
Alms for the poor.
My issue is that I don't like mixing with my fellow poorites.
No, indeed.
My hate is that fear you have. You know when you like get on the bus or the train and you like sit in the window seat
Yes.
and you're like, I just want to sit on my own. I don't want to.
If someone sit next to me.
If someone sit next to me, I'm gonna rip my fucking skin off.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
That
exactly.
feeling, you know,
Yeah.
when people are just like people are walking up the aisle and you're like, please don't sit down.
Please
Please
don't
don't sit down here. I've put my bag on my seat. Please don't sit down here. I just want to sit on my own.
I know exactly. And what I do, I put my bag
the
on
fear
that
that
other
someone's gonna,
And
and
then
fear
the-
that someone's gonna sit
The
on
thing
that
is,
seat.
though, is that I self-sabotage, right?
Yeah.
So I put my bag on the other seat, like, haha, I'll protect that seat. And then someone comes looking, and they got that look, and
Can
they
I-
puppy
can I
dog
sit here,
eyes.
please?
And I just, even before they've said it, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, do you want to sit here? I'm like, fuck, what am I doing? And then before you know it, they're sat there, and I'm like, fuck! Why did I? There's a spike for you to sort out. Like, what?
Yeah.
Why? Why did I do that?
Why have I allowed that to happen?
Yeah.
It's like when they go, "Can I sit here?" No, you can't. I've put my bag here to stop you doing
you
that.
tell?
I want to sit on my own on public transport. Please leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
So, what?
But it's that fear. It's that fear. You know when just people are walking up and just goes, "No,
It's going to be now.
Don't sit down."
The
Don't sit
problem,
down.
the problem I have is that like I can't even put my chair, my bag on a chair. I feel so,
Why?
I feel so bad.
Feel bad
Like,
doing
I
that?
feel guilty. I feel
I don't think you
like
should
that's
feel bad.
Such a dick.
But you don't
move.
want anyone to sit
The
next
thing
to
don't
you.
want
is,
anyone
the
to
thing
sit
is, I
next to
do
me,
it, and but the act of doing it, when someone's looking, I feel so bad that's when I offer. So the whole point of me doing it is
yeah.
completely undone.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm halfway between you both. Like, you definitely put your bag on your chair, hoping it'll work. You can't even bring yourself to put a bag on a chair. I put a bag on a chair, but then I remove it the instant somebody becomes in like
Yeah.
a meter radius of me.
Yeah, I when I sit down, even when I'm the first person on the bus and I've got a double seat to myself, I immediately sit down, curl into a ball, start crying and apologising, going, "I'm so sorry. I'm so
Even if the
sorry.
bus is empty."
I shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
No.
I'm so
I'm
sorry.
wrong. No,
The bigger problem I've got with it is that I tend to fall asleep on the bus. Like, because I get,
yeah,
I
'cause you're
get
often quite drunk.
well, there's not so much that I get up early and I get the 6:30 a.m. bus.
You get up early, you have a beer.
Yeah, I have a couple of beers. And then I get the 6:30 bus to London
With a beer.
with a beer.
Yeah,
Oh, you got it.
whiskey sour, sir.
Yes,
Yes, please.
Funny that this bus doesn't have any alcohol or an attendant, but sure.
Put it on the seat next to me.
But absolutely.
Where did you find that?
And when I do fall asleep, certainly on a bus, I'm very aware that I wake myself up with a noise, and the noise goes a little bit like this.
There we go. Wow.
And every bus journey that will tend to happen.
have you
I don't
ever-
want people to sit next to me on the bus and look at me, and that has happened, and just go.
Have you ever fallen asleep with the seat next to you vacant, and then woken yourself up with your snort arrival?
And someone's there.
And someone's there.
No, that's
That's
never
right.
happened. Interesting psychology behind that. That no one would sit next to someone who's asleep.
That's probably true.
I feel
probably
that
a
is
really
true.
good
Would you sit
defense.
next to someone who's asleep?
No.
If you could help it, I don't think I would.
I would probably just, even if there was loads of seats free, I'd probably stand up and cry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I would. But yeah, I just at that time in the morning, certainly, I'm even grumpier than I am on this podcast.
Yes.
And
Wow.
I just don't want to know.
No.
I don't want you to sit next to me. And it happens far too often that someone will then just go, "Can I sit here?" And I just
Yeah. Are you suggesting?
go, "Yeah."
Are you suggesting that in these scenarios the bus is mostly empty?
Yes.
I think that's a
But
crime.
even when it's full,
Yeah.
oh no, I feel and I can't recall off the top of my head time then that's happened. The bus has been pretty empty and they've had a double seat option,
And they've chosen.
And
to
they
sit next to
I
you.
can't recall that happening because I would say there's a double seat down there.
Fuck, you would say that. You
Yeah,
say
oh,
that.
yeah.
you would.
Yeah, I think I would.
That's
yeah.
incredible. I wouldn't.
No,
Probably not. Well, I'd want to.
I'd find that borderline creepy.
I
I
think
think it's a
did
crime.
that.
I think
Yeah.
it's a crime, and I think people should be arrested for it. And I should be able to press a button. There should be a button to
Yeah.
press for that.
The assault button.
Bus crime button, and
The
I
bus
should be able to
crime
press
button.
it.
And then the attendant comes and brings you a whiskey sour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To say congratulations, sir, you stood up for yourself
Yeah. Yeah.
in a very passive way.
Here's your reward.
You're a very brave boy.
Yeah.
And I get a lolly.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Dip it in the whiskey sour.
Yeah. But I feel like I'm probably quite rude.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
like people
Yeah, we can testify to that.
like for people who have the audacity to ask if they can sit next to me, I'm like, oh, for fuck's
Just
sake.
look at him.
If I didn't
Yeah.
know you,
Yeah.
and I saw, and there were like options, and I
Yeah.
saw, and one of those options were you.
I do feel
would-
like I'm usually one of the last ones to get picked in
Yeah.
that scenario.
Do
Like,
you stare at the people who are looking for a seat?
no, if anything, I try and avoid eye
Trying
contact.
to avoid. Yeah, that's
Although what you should do, because I looked this up because I feel so strongly about it.
looked it up in
Like
what?
not even for this show, I just generally looked it up. What you should do
Encyclopedia Britannica.
is just look at them, smile, and pat the seat,
Yeah.
that.
and you'd be so freaked out that you wouldn't sit there.
Yeah, but then if they do sit there when you've done that,
That's a problem.
now it's a problem because now
That's
you've
a
got to
problem.
follow through
Yeah.
with what you've just essentially started.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
A
Could
problem.
you like, because some people read, you know, on the
Yeah.
bus, or
And to be fair, the vast majority of people don't say anything, and it's fine. And
See, that's ultimate worst case scenario.
Yeah.
It's them starting a conversation.
yeah. Oh, that has happened.
Yeah.
Like the best case scenario. Let's say it's happened. I just go fucking yeah.
you're already
you
in
can
the
sit
worst
down.
possible world.
The worst case scenario is I fall asleep on them,
Oh, that
and
is.
then just go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which hasn't quite happened. I've certainly done that when I'm near somebody,
Is
but I
there-
haven't fallen asleep on them.
Is
yet.
there any noise in the universe louder than the noise you're not sure you made?
Yeah.
Because you've just woken up. Yeah.
But I think it's when I do that, I tend to, because I usually I'm aware that I've done it, and then I just go. I usually laugh.
That's the
when
best
I do
recovery,
it.
I think.
Yeah, I just go.
I just did that.
However, sometimes people do start talking to you, and it's because I'm wearing a football shirt sometimes. So I'm obviously going to football.
oh, yeah.
Like, oh, who do you support? Oh, fuck.
it's like Gillingham in like
Yeah,
bold.
it sort of
letters.
does. Yeah, I mean
yeah.
the badge is there and it says Gillingham on it. And I just go, oh,
It's a real football team.
fucking hell.
yeah.
I just like don't ask me because I'm gonna have to talk to you now about how much this season's not going very well. And,
This is why I come back to saying some people read,
Mm.
others might be playing on a Game Boy.
A Game Boy.
A Game Boy.
yeah,
Have you considered, I don't know, just like peeling onions?
yeah,
Like, what if you just had
probably should.
a sack of onions
Yeah.
and just started, like, not eating them, not cooking
No,
them,
just
just
peeling
peeling
them.
them.
Peel
Yeah.
them. And then just putting them in another sack.
That'd probably put people off, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Although they
But,
probably ask why you're peeling the onions. It might be more of a conversation starter.
Yeah, and when because I usually again charge my phone because I'm like out all day and I'm like I'll make sure my phone's at 100%
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
capacity. Can I use the charger? For fuck's sake.
That's going to be snaking across you.
Yeah.
Fuck
No,
yeah,
not
no,
really.
You can't. No,
Not
you
really.
Can't.
You can't because,
No.
and that's why I've now got a plug point with 2 USB slots in it. So if someone says, "Can I use your charger?" I'm like, "Well, you can slot your USB in there."
And that's not a
That's not a
euphemism.
euphemism. And then after they've had me arrested,
I used to
yeah.
draw a lot on the train. Like I would, because I'm an artist.
Oh.
right. And I often have a portable digital platform of some kind, a tablet, if you will. And I'll be drawing away because it's quite a convenient time and place.
What's that you're drawing?
Sometimes. Yeah.
get that.
A lot
get
of that. What's that? You're drawing?
Really?
Yeah. What's that you're drawing? Oh, but usually followed up by my son / nephew / cousin is an
Yeah.
artist. Yeah, I'm sure they are. And then I just hear all about them and,
Yeah.
and what's great about and special about
Sure.
little Harry or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I don't want to be talking to you, but if you're gonna talk to me, talk about me. Like at the very least, like let's make me the subject of this conversation.
Have you considered in that scenario, because maybe you're drawing on a piece of paper, or maybe you're drawing on a futuristic tablet. That's like a
Tablet, as they say.
have you considered the moment they sit down,
I know what's coming.
just
Yeah, say it.
you could just draw a big dick.
Just draw it in.
You should, yeah.
That's exactly what.
You should. That's exactly what you should
Just draw a
do.
big dick and balls.
No, hang on a minute.
But draw it like in excruciating detail.
Yeah, a lot of veins.
Let's not be childish about this.
No.
That's a
I
valid
think
form
that
of art.
I think that ship may have sailed.
It's a valid form of life
Cock
drawing.
art. Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cook art. Yeah,
Cock art.
So, what if instead you just drew an erotic centaur?
Yes.
like an incredible.
And the thing about a centaur, as far as I thing. You know what a centaur is? You looked at me weird then. Do you know what a centaur is?
Yeah, but it's the word erotic more than the word centaur.
I mean, centaurs are inherently erotic.
And
because
inherently naked.
Yeah,
well, think about it, they're naked. And also, their back end is a horse, which is like one of the most erotic animals ever.
So,
scientifically.
Right, bigger problem.
Oh, sure, okay.
Which does it need to be a certain way around a centaur?
Oh, well, otherwise it'd be a reverse centaur.
It'd be a torsen.
And that would be 4 legs of a horse and its head on the waist and legs of a man.
Yeah.
That's problematic, isn't it? Anyway, if I wanted to make that really erotic...
I didn't think there was a new combination of centaur.
Well, it's got to have 6 legs.
Yeah, a horse torso stuck on the neck of a man.
That's 8 legs. Oh, no, wait, a horse torso. Yeah, sure, okay.
Yeah.
But, like...
Does a regular centaur have...
2 dicks?
I just want to clarify the facts before we move on.
No, I think
does a regular centaur
have
horse arms?
Well, what are horse arms? Surely horses only have 4 legs.
Legs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, a centaur has 4 legs and
2
arms.
human
arms.
Jesus.
This is what I mean. They've got 6 limbs.
It's what biologists call a fictional creature.
No, but I'm just trying to establish what's what.
So if you were to do it in reverse, it would have to be 4 horse legs
at the top.
Yeah.
That's like a whole horse just without the arse.
Or what John said before, which was 2 horse legs, so the front half of a horse, and then on the neck though of a man, so he's got his 2 arms, and his 2 legs.
No horse
legs.
It's
like a totem pole of awfulness.
Because what you were about to describe, Nick, is a horse with a human prolapse. Just. It's a regular.
That's exactly what it was.
It's a regular.
It's a horse. It's just a horse.
A horse, but where its tail is,
arse.
it's just 2 human legs sticking out the back, like it's being mid-shit out of the horse.
Yeah.
And they just flail as the horse gallops gracefully across the plain.
So are you like you're like a different kind of centaur? Yeah. And the human legs, because they do nothing.
They do nothing.
They are a detriment, if anything.
And certainly, if the horse was to ever rear back far enough to go onto those human legs, they would break.
Yeah.
It's like that chair in The Simpsons when they put legs on.
Yes. It's like that. It's like that, exactly.
Yeah, the only benefit it gives is that if that horse wants to lean back,
it's got a sort of stabilizer.
Yeah.
But I don't think human legs could support a horse.
No, I get no.
Probably.
Break those. Going back to what I really wanted to say, okay.
If let's say the horse did that.
Look at me like
I'm the biologist.
He's the artist.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, you're the scientist, John.
Yeah, John.
Okay.
If the horse leaned back on the human legs, they wouldn't be able to support a horse.
Well, no, I think they'd break. I think they'd
break. So
almost instantly. Yeah.
They'd also bend the wrong way, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Pointless then.
Yeah.
We should keep the centaur the way it is then.
That particular layout. Let's just
why
focus on
not?
that one for a second. So 4 horse legs and then 2 human legs prolapsing out the back of it, right?
Effectively.
Oh, we're going with that.
Let's say for now.
Effectively, a bad horse is what you're
really
describing.
Bad horse
just a horse
with 2 leg tails.
Yes.
Are there 2 dicks just flapping against each other at the back there?
Why would there be 2 dicks?
He's for one scenario where...
See you go.
Yeah.
I've got to find my way to have 2 dicks, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, okay.
1 human dick, 1 horse dick.
Can we isolate that clip?
This is
find my way.
Podcast awards, here we come. I
can't wait.
Yeah, because centaurs normally avoid the problem of having like a kind of chest dick, because that's where the first human dick would be.
Well, this is what my original point was going to be, is that what's weird about looking at a centaur front on is that they just sort of curve away.
Yeah.
So the human torso, you get 6-pack.
Yeah.
And then you get waistband, and then it's just horse.
Yeah.
And one would imagine horse for ages until there's a dick.
One would imagine it's just 6-pack all the way down.
Yes.
It's like the other side of a
the way you're
caterpillar.
describing it suggests that the horse, like the human is inside the horse.
What?
The way you're describing it now is like the human is inside the horse, rather than it being like.
No,
anatomically,
it transitions from human skin to horse fur.
But John's just said there should be a dick on the chest.
Where the
think
human
about
dick
where the torso.
I get that. But we're basing that on the idea that the human is being absorbed by the horse.
Yeah.
Not rather than it's its own species.
Well, in many ways, I feel that's the nicest way of thinking about it, because charitably, I can believe that it's a human wearing a very elaborate set of trousers.
Okay. Robo-Horse-Trouses.
Yeah, Robo-Horse-Trouses.
Robo-Horse-Trouses, yeah.
That's
it's a shame they didn't go with that for the name of the centaur. Isn't it? Robo-Horse-Trouses.
but I guess to get back...
So anyway, I don't like people sitting next to me on the bus.
Well, to get back on trend, to get back on topic, what I'm suggesting is that maybe you should take up art and draw a magnificent, beautiful,
Erotic.
fully shaded,
Oh,
anatomically correct centaur.
doubly anatomically correct.
Well, hold off on it because
Sure.
I'm saying like it's shaded, it's coloured,
Yeah.
textured, it's lovely.
Yeah.
And then the moment they start staring at what you're doing, you know they're looking at your artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not making eye contact with them. You've not interacted.
But
and
you know out the corner of
and
your
then
eye.
you change to a basic black pen tip, and you just draw a simple
Yeah.
but
Simple
huge cock,
cock and balls.
and then you just turn and look.
Yeah.
And make
And then
eye
just,
But then
contact.
what if the
look
what
at
if
them
the
as if
bu-
to say like, and what?
What if the bus is full at that point though?
Yeah, they got no.
You're screwed, aren't you?
They
Thing
really
is,
should have thought
What's
better.
great about this plan and why I think you should do this,
Yeah.
Chris Ray,
This is a good plan.
you just need to learn to draw one thing.
Yeah.
Don't need to become an artist in general. You know, you don't need to learn to draw anything but a centaur.
The thing is, I wouldn't have to draw the centaur because at 6:30 in the morning I've not finished that. I've barely started.
You could just
So by the time
download
I
one.
finish drawing it, I'll be in London.
I think actually.
Can't I just download it?
Just download one from Google Image Search.
That's fine. I don't need to draw
Load
at all.
load it into a drawing app, and then just start drawing a cock on it when someone sits down.
Yeah, that's
Brilliant.
much easier.
I think actually, if you or I think this is better if you or I did this. I think actually having no
Yes.
artistic skill.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Picture this scene: sitting down next to someone, and go, "Oh, you're an artist. Yes, can I see what you're drawing?" And somebody with no artistic skill who is just drawing over and over and over again centaurs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I could.
I think that would
yeah.
shut conversation down nearly instantaneously.
Yeah. But that still doesn't necessarily solve the problem of them sitting next to me. It's just
No.
that stops them talking to me.
That's true.
No, but seriously, if I set,
Or worse, they like it.
Well, that's ultimate worst case senorio.
I think so. Yeah, that's where you bite the tablet and then headbutt
That's right.
the table
That's-
in front of you. Like,
That's where
really
I knock them out with the tablet.
Yeah.
And run for it.
Yeah.
Honest to goodness, if I sat down next to somebody and they were not, I'm honestly not even anatomically correct. Let's just leave the dick out of it. They are just drawing
A centaur.
a centaur over and over and over again,
Yeah.
and badly.
Yeah.
I want to be quite clear about this. No artistic merit or talent.
I'm
They are
practicing.
just, but with an utter dedication
Yeah.
and a steely-eyed calm, they are just drawing centaurs.
And they're all bad.
And they're all bad. They're
Yeah.
really bad. I think that's worse than them being good.
Oh, I
actually,
think that's
yeah.
definitely worse.
Yeah.
Because it also means they're not improving. Why?
I feel like I'd enjoy that as a passenger next to them.
Would you though?
Yeah, I don't know. Hard to say.
It is hard.
I'll let you know when it happens.
Okay, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
Really.
Bound to happen at some point.
For sure. So, how do you try to dissuade people? What's your normal?
Well, I don't.
strategy?
I'm
Bag
like a
on seat.
prisoner. I'm like a yeah, the bag on the seat.
Yeah.
It's
Classic.
the tails all the time.
Doesn't
isn't it?
work.
Doesn't work. No, particularly if you self-sabotage. But yeah, it's an option.
Yeah. Well, if you see me on the bus, if you're listening to this podcast and you're getting on a National Express and you see me, please don't sit next to me.
Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
What about a little fake poo? Just put a little, or real poo, actually. That's also an option. Just a little poo there. And then when
Yeah,
someone
okay.
comes and looks, it's like, is that poo? You just go, yeah, it was here when I got here.
But then they might go, oh, he seems legit. I'll forget about it.
Yeah.
But like, are you saying like a kind of-
I'd rather say it was mine.
Are you saying like a like a joke shop plastic poo?
Yeah, you know, like one of those little coils.
Or are you saying like, or a
What?
small portion of something poo like? Maybe it's poo, maybe it isn't.
Chocolate mousse.
But it's left a smear.
I think it has to be, because quite often, like, train
Yeah.
seats have a bit of a pattern on them,
Yeah,
don't they? So you're
yeah,
going to need to make
yeah.
that
Well, the
show
National
up.
Express is like a navy leather.
Yeah, that's a problem.
So that yeah.
So it's probably going to need to be quite a big poo
Yeah.
to show up. More than a smear, I'd say.
I'm trying to think like, if you weren't committed to having a shit on the seat next to you, I'm trying to think
You're a
like,
coward.
there's no place for you in this man's army. No, but I'm trying to think if the bus stops and the door opens and you can see people coming on, I'm trying to wonder whether like if you just started rubbing your belly and going, oh, oh no,
Not now!
not this, not again. Ooh.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you start, you hold your breath because you know they're walking up behind you. and you get your face really red. And you're like, oh,
Oh
I
no!
had jalapenos.
I
Yeah.
ate a lot. Oh.
I ate a lot. I'm a big stuffed boy.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I mean,
like
that alone, I think, would do the job.
We've already cleared the carriage.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a full boy.
I'm a full boy. Ooh.
But I've been very good this Christmas.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I could, no force on earth could keep me on that bus.
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
out the window.
I'd get off the bus.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
little hammers you meant to, like, in case of
Yeah, oh,
emergency.
yeah.
Yeah.
I always wanted to use one of those hammers, actually.
Yeah. That could be a good way out.
That could be a good
Drive
one
one of those
yeah.
into your forehead.
Someone sits down and I just immediately go,
Someone sits down, you already have it in your hands. Just
Yeah.
holding it with two hands. You just look on,
ready-
on your lap.
ready to
You just
go.
turn to them and just go, hello.
Hello. Welcome aboard.
Smash.
Hello, no, please sit down. What's your name? Craig. Hey, Craig. I'm not going to lie. Things are going to get pretty hot
Yeah.
pretty quick around here. But I know you're on my side, Craig.
You with me, Craig? Oh, I'm a full boy.
Yeah, just start with that.
Craig, I'm not going to lie.
Craig,
I need you.
We're hold my hand.
Hold my hand.
Craig,
Craig, we're going to get through
Craig,
this.
I know I'm sweating, Craig. Hold my napkin, Craig.
It's going to get worse before it gets better. Craig.
Wipe me, Craig.
God.
Wipe me, Craig.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
All options.
These are all fun strategies.
These
You
are
should
all-
try and do
Or
them.
you could just not sit next to me.
Sure, yeah.
Let's
yeah.
try that.
Let's try that one for size.
If you see me in public, do not talk to me.
Yeah. How dare you talk to
What
me?
if someone sees you in public and they're like, hey, you're Chris Ray,
I don't
famous
mind, like,
podcaster.
it's happened, obviously, we've
have
spoken
talked
about this
about it.
before, that I was recognised up a hill.
You're the only one.
I was very happy about that. That
Yeah.
made my Christmas.
Yes.
But no, I don't want to talk to people on the bus.
So what if you got your bag in your seat, and someone walks down the aisle and you go, oh my God, it's Chris Ray. Hey, can I sit next to you and talk to you about a show called Hey?
Well, I would say you've clearly not listened to our podcast because I
You are not
explicitly,
up to
You're
date.
no fan of
I
mine.
explicitly said don't sit next to me on the bus.
Yeah, but that was just a bit. I want to sit with you.
Does this look like a bit? And he's drawing a knife.
Do I? Yeah,
Drawing a centaur.
yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah, exactly.
He's drawn a knife. Like,
Yeah.
and the knife's got a dick.
I'm clenching
Four
the.
horse legs.
I'm clenching the window hammer. I put a poo on the seat. I'm drawing a centaur.
And a knife.
What part of this is a bit?
Yeah. This has never been more real.
This is every security blanket I have.
Oh,
And that.
that was a good eight.
That's how you open an episode.
That's
yeah.
cracking, yeah.
That's how it's done.
Well, who's got?
I've got a hate.
Nick's got a hate.
Oh,
There you
man.
go.
Go for it.
Following this.
We're in.
Power
Yeah.
play.
Good
We're
Lord.
fully in.
It's a follow through, which you will actually need to do.
Yeah.
I
Certainly
need
if you
to
want to
do it.
deter people from sitting next to you on the bus.
Yeah. Yes. Follow through. That's the guidance. To
Yeah, follow through.
through.
Always.
I recently dyed my wife's hair. And I hated doing it.
I recently died.
I know I scared you for a minute.
For a second I thought. For a second I thought.
Fuck.
Has he?
Recently
Just
died
for
flatline for a bit and then
For a
came back.
split second I just thought. Has he?
I recently died. My wife's
Your
hair.
wife's hair. Okay.
Yes. And it's a miserable experience. It's just I hated it. Like the hairs come out right.
Okay.
Like it didn't come out.
No.
No,
That's good.
It's
Come
on
out.
her
It's
head.
come out successfully.
Yeah, but like I'd never done it before.
Sure.
Ever.
Did she ask you to do it?
She asked me. to
Oh,
do it,
okay.
Because what she wanted, right? She wanted like a gradient.
Oh,
wow.
I know, right?
That's
like,
ambitious for your first dye.
I know.
Yeah.
But she couldn't do it herself. Like she's always dyed her hair herself,
Okay.
and she knows how to do it. Done it plenty of times. The problem is doing a gradient yourself is very, very hard.
Sure.
Obviously, I know
Yeah.
that because doing it not myself, doing
Yeah.
it on someone else was near imp- and I'm an artist.
That sounds very
Yeah.
stressful.
I could draw a centaur.
That probably counted against you. You're like,
I think it probably
you're like, I
did.
can't do
Did she have to
this,
talk
or
you
like-
through it, like coach you through it?
Yeah, but she kept saying, "Oh, you don't. It's a very inexact science. You know, don't worry.
Don't say
like,
that.
You can't get it wrong because
Sure.
it'll all just
Oh, I
even
dunno.
out because the hair will just sort itself out."
I don't know.
Question.
Sure.
My understanding is that like a lot of hair dye begins with like a bleaching.
Yes. So her hair was already very light, so we didn't do the bleaching phase. We were adding on to already light hair with a slightly darker color.
Nice.
And sure enough,
What colour are we talking here?
red.
Red.
So a dark red at the top roots,
Sure.
and then down to a lighter, very orange, maybe an orange actually,
Gotcha.
down to the tips.
Do you do both colours in one go?
So I've got two colours in two pots.
one in each hand.
Oh yeah. How am I going to paint it on? So she's holding the pots, and then there's 2 brushes in each of those, right?
Sure, yeah.
And then I'm doing like the first. She's like, oh, just eyeball it. Just the first third
Don't eyeball it.
could be the. Don't get your eyes on that.
Don't get your
That's
eyes on
peroxide. First third of the hair from root to first third, dark red.
Scampi Stone.
Yeah. And then go get the light orange, and then just paint the other 2 thirds.
Yeah.
And then as that meets the dark
Mix
red
them in.
bit, they'll just sort of fade together.
Oh.
Right.
Is
And
that
I'm
how
just
it
like-
works?
Well, that's what she said.
Okay.
I don't know whether this is a legit operation.
Okay.
So I'm like, sure, that sounds fine.
Yeah, okay.
That sounds like it would work.
That sounds like
That sounds-
something that would happen.
Problem is, after the first, say, I don't know, 6 strands of hair.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing it strand by strand. No, I'm not. I'm doing it very progressively, right?
Yeah.
The light color is now just covered in the dark color. Because
Sure.
I'm mixing it into the
Yeah.
dark colour.
Oh, I see,
which I'm
yeah.
then putting back in the light pot, because I haven't got fucking anywhere else to put it,
Yeah,
because it
yeah.
will dye the planet orange if I'm not careful.
This already sounds like a total nightmare.
It's going everywhere, right? It's all over me.
Yeah.
It's on my face. It's on my hair, right? It's all over my hands, and I'm wearing gloves, and I don't know how that happened. I think it got through the gloves somehow. It's all over Ali's face and neck and body. It's all over her clothes. It's all over the floor, which we laid
Yeah.
towels down, but it got
Yeah.
between the towels onto the liner of the kitchen, and I'm having to clean that up as I go.
Jesus.
And I'm being careful, right? I'm being careful.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's going. It's out of control. It's just everywhere. It's like
Sounds
meatball
intense.
sauce, just everywhere. And everything's becoming one shade of red.
Yeah.
Just in the first 15 minutes, and it took about an hour to do this. Everything is just the same shade of red.
This
now.
sounds like my worst nightmare.
Plus, my back's hurting because I'm hunched over
Yeah,
her
yeah,
head
yeah.
like a sort of Gollum, you know. It's a miserable experience
It really
all
does.
around. And then I got to the end, and her head just looked like I dumped bolognese onto her head. That's what it looked like.
Sure, yeah.
And I was like,
I'm waiting sort of at the moment, I'll be honest with you, for the sort of what was the
reveal.
result.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had. Ali was like, it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
The hair will even it all out and everything. And I'm like, honestly,
The hair will do the work.
yeah, because it's hair, it's all just, it's
Yeah.
you just run your fingers through it when it's dry.
Done, innit?
And it'll all get broken up. And any mistakes that you might have, and I said, no, seriously, I cannot overstate here how much I have fucked this. You can say till the cows come home that it's
Yeah.
easy and that no one will mess this up, right?
Yeah.
But you don't understand. I've fucked this really. I was saying this
Yeah.
literally in these exact words to
Just
her.
before she'd seen anything.
Yeah, because it's all
Okay.
just dye. It's all and then it has to sit for 40 minutes. Worst
Okay.
40 minutes of my
Does
life.
she have like a hair bag?
No, not a bag. It's just literally there on her head.
What am I thinking of? Like a cap? Shower
No,
cap?
she didn't have a shower cap.
I'm thinking of a shower. I'm thinking of a shower cap.
Yeah, you're your own man.
She didn't have.
Although I've caught what I've done there. Instead of a shower cap, I've said hair bag.
Yeah.
And I'm still
Yeah.
not quite
Hair
sure
bag.
why I did
Yeah.
that.
It wasn't no hair bag involved.
No hair
It was
bag.
just open to the elements.
Okay.
Dripping everywhere.
Yeah.
But the thing is, would it have been easier if a gradient had been required?
Oh, 100% easy.
Yeah, 'cause
it's still been a miserable experience because I'd been covered in it and it would have been everywhere.
Yeah.
But at least I wouldn't be having to think that I have to manage this complicated visual effect.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be any of that. It'd just be paint on the fucking dye. But no, I'm having to manage. I'm watching these 2 pools of colour become the same colour in the first third of time that I was operating
Yeah.
Okay.
on the body. So anyway, I keep going because I'm like, what the fuck else?
Might as well.
Committed at this
Yeah,
point.
it's
too
aren't you?
late,
And Ali's
yeah.
like, don't worry because it looks as though,
I like that Ali, by the way, the person who you're doing this to is the calm one.
yeah, she's so calm.
Yeah.
And even when I'm swearing to her face, I'm saying, I have fucked this. You're
gonna look bloody
You're gonna look. And she's like, no. And I'm like, shut up. Fuck you. You are wrong.
You're
I
wrong.
have fucked
You are
this.
gonna look so bad.
And I wanted to be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she washed her hair and then she dried it. And there was this
And?
glorious gradient.
Did it look good?
Yeah.
It didn't go as orange as I thought to
No.
the tips, but the
Yeah.
gradient's there. It goes from dark to.
There you
And
go.
I was like,
look.
fuck, you were right. And now she's like, you're really good
Do
at
it
this.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like she made you look like a right tit.
Yeah.
You know.
By
It
looking
sounds
like.
it sounds to me
so
like
fucking idiot.
she
over it.
knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
And she thought this will be a laugh.
She maintained throughout that I would be fine and that I
Yeah.
would nail it and that it would be. And
I think-
was
I
like,
think
you
she
are
knew.
wrong.
I think she knew.
Well, she did.
I'll tell you,
Yeah.
what's keeping us from getting this Hollywood deal is that you learnt nothing from
know.
this. This is meant to be inspirational.
Yeah.
You're meant to come away going,
know.
the power was in me.
This should have been a
all
love.
along. Yeah.
This should have been a love
Yeah.
because despite all odds,
Yeah.
I, the underdog,
Did it.
I succeeded. But no, it was horrible throughout. It was horrible to wait for the results. And then when the results came out and they were good, it was
Yeah.
horrible.
It was like
because now I'm going to have to do it
you
again.
have to do it
Have
again.
we seen Ali after this incident?
Just recently.
I don't think you have. No.
No,
I
so
did it-
we can judge, presumably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think if anyone should be the judge of hair, it should be John and I.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
Yes. With your hairs.
I've had a haircut.
With your red, you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great.
Have you?
Look at it.
Oh yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah.
Jerk.
It's still in a ponytail. It looks no, it doesn't
hasn't
look
got
It's
good.
the
quite
sides that it had
striking.
before.
Look
It
at that.
looks- it
Ain't
looks-
got, ain't got the sides, have I?
It looks cool.
Looks
yeah.
really good.
Thank you, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I've changed. I've leveled up. Well, look at it this way. At least, you know, to make this about me,
Yeah, let's make it about you.
Lucy dyes her hair.
Yes, she
Yeah.
does.
And she does a pretty good job of doing it by herself. And occasionally she'll say, "Can you come and like check?" No, please.
No, hold on,
that's
open
fine.
that- open that
It's
bottle
about
up.
you. Yeah,
There we go.
that's great. No,
Which
no,
one
it's
shall
cool,
I?
yeah.
Which one shall I have?
Yeah,
Well, there's a red stripe. I have a red stripe.
No, it's fine. You
Or
know
a
what?
Corona. Which one shall I have?
I think I've got something kind of preserved in wax. Let me just go get a hammer. You can break it out on air.
Oh, please do.
Yeah.
Which
That's
one would you
delicious.
rather I
That's
have?
delicious beer.
It's up to you, isn't it?
Well, it's up to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ask
Have
which
a
one.
bottle. Go on, have a bottle.
All right. I'll have
Treat
it.
yourself.
I'll have
Yeah, no,
right
open
now.
it.
Well, I'm
Come on,
not.
let's
I'm not
open it
finished yet.
loudly.
I'll open
No,
that
it's
now.
fine, just open it
I don't
now.
want to cause a second disturb.
No,
No,
you
no,
couldn't
no.
possibly.
There's still
yeah.
the same disturbance.
No one's going to hear this. Oh, it's actually quite good.
That was good, wasn't it?
That's
That was
neat.
quite
It's way
satisfying.
better than mine.
As far as the noise goes.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying.
My point is, Lucy will occasionally say, you know, would you? Well, I'll hear cursing coming from upstairs. So
Yeah.
somebody's not having a good time.
Yeah.
Because, you know, she go like, oh, it's all up the wall. It's everywhere.
It gets
you know.
everywhere.
I know.
Incredible.
She'll ask me to come and check the back of her head. You know, say, how does it look and everything. I say, oh, it's fine. You're doing a good. You're doing,
Now, I've done that before.
doing a grand job.
Yeah.
I would say none of that is as bad. I think you're assessing your work and going like, oh, it was bad. It was stressful. I did a bad job. At least you
did.
At least you didn't do what I did once, which was
no.
like during lockdown when we were cutting each other's hair.
Oh yeah.
I was snipping Lucy's hair,
Snip,
going like,
snippy, snip.
doing quite a good job on this. I think
Yeah,
I'm nearly
yeah.
done.
Sure.
One final cut.
Well, you like got her.
Yeah,
Made
got
her-
her.
Did you?
Oh, you got her.
Yeah. I.
Oh shit! I thought you were just gonna fuck the haircut, but no.
I think it's the closest I've come to just having a heart attack in that
What,
moment.
like bleeding?
Yeah.
Was
yeah.
it?
Yeah. I just went snip. She went ow. I was like, oh dear. And then I could actually just see the blood coming out. 'cause
no.
I just made a little hole in the back of her head. So I wasn't.
Okay, yeah, I didn't cause any bodily harm.
That's
no.
good.
So you're doing all right.
No, so that's
really.
a step.
Yeah.
That's a good
I
step.
did forget about the lockdown haircuts actually.
Yeah.
Because like I had or have, I think I still have them, clippers, and I used to just say to Liz, just shave the sides and the back off.
Yeah.
And by the end of I think the first lockdown, Liz was like, "You look fucking creepy." I had basically a rat tail going down the back of my head.
Yeah.
Because we talked about my central reservation last time. And
Yeah.
it was just that, but like bold on the sides,
Yeah.
and it looked awful.
Well, yeah.
In hindsight, I look back at photos now because we got engaged during that time, and I can see it in our engagement photo, which is just a selfie in front of some flowers. But it's still like our inverted commas official engagement photo, and I'm like, yep, there's that shit haircut I had.
It's funny how much heavy lifting that short hair on the sides of yours is doing.
It really,
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
does. Yeah, it really
I feel
does.
like out of all our haircuts, I think you could probably maintain it the longest.
Yeah.
By cutting it at home.
we did all right.
Yes.
And then eventually I just went, I'll just cut it off.
You've got the
I think
shortest
like the
hair.
third lockdown, I just went, just cut it off this time. Which I was bald for a while, which was all right because I used to be bald and it was quite liberating.
I shaved my head.
Yeah.
I didn't go like to skin, but I went very, very short because I just wanted to know what the shape of my head. Well, I didn't know what the shape of my head was. I've never seen it. It was horrible. I hated it.
Awful
It
shape.
was really bad shape.
Yeah,
That's
look
the
at
only
people.
haircut I don't think you can possibly fuck up. Is like shaving someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think. What's the worst that you could do apart from maybe cut them,
Yeah, true.
like John did?
Yeah, well, I was using scissors.
John did the worst thing.
Yeah, I was actually using a
he could
Stanley
have
knife,
done.
so
Oh.
it kind of, yeah. Yeah, I kind of buzzed my head during lockdown at one point.
We all had a go.
Yeah,
A long gradient.
yeah.
Grade.
It's a very weird experience. I feel like your head loses all character.
Yeah, it
you
does.
as a person lose all character.
You become a
Yeah.
bland bean.
Well, the funny thing is that because I have a kind of a weird shaped meat head, that's a bit like a bulb.
When
I
I
was
draw you, I
asked to
draw
try
it
on
square.
hats at work today.
Oh,
Everyone,
really?
people actually said at work, we need someone with a big head, and then came to me.
I thought I felt like a tingle.
I thought you heard the horn of Gondor call you.
Yeah. Well, I actually did. I actually did think of you.
John comes running over the horizon.
We had these beanie hats that are like a promotional gift or whatever.
Oh, very nice.
At work, and we were trying them on just to assess how they sort of sat on one's head.
Indeed.
And I did think of you.
Think about what you're saying. Nobody in the history of the world has not been able to fit a beanie hat on their head. Like, it's
Yeah,
the
well,
stretchiest hat in the world.
You would have given it a run for its money.
Of
I
all the
reckon.
people, surely you would know. Like,
Well, yeah.
This elastic just isn't strong enough.
boink! You know those little toys that are like a little dome of rubber, and you turn them inside out, and then they jump into the air.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what a beanie on John's head would
Yeah,
be like.
that'd
Yeah.
be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time before it poinks
Yeah,
into
exactly.
the sky.
It's like those people.
I'll bring one around
It's like
sometime.
those people who can stretch a condom over her head and then inflate it by
Yeah.
breathing through the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
exactly.
people are called magicians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel for you
It was.
because I wouldn't like to do that.
But apparently, it turned out fine.
Yeah, but what's going to happen now is that I'm going to do it another time.
Ali will say to you in about 3, 4, 5 months, she'll say,
Yeah.
"Hey, Nick, you know that really good job you did on my
Yeah,
hair?
exactly. And
I'd
it saved
like-
her like 200 quid. or
I'd like to
whatever
do
at
something
the
even
salon.
more like."
I want a 3-phase.
Yeah.
grid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now you've
Intense.
said, no, actually, now you've said it, you should have taken a leaf out of a book of like the 1950s husband manual, where you should have just done it bad, deliberately,
Yes.
never get asked again.
Bad deliberately, and then go down the pub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally,
Like a real man.
when Ali handed you those 2 dies, you should have eaten one and poured the other just down
Is
her
this
face.
what you meant?
Yeah.
Is this what you meant?
Oh, I guess I'm incompetent, love.
Oh,
Anyway, I'm off to war. Goodbye.
that's what I should have done. That's what I should have done.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. I'm just, there's dye in
Do
places.
you think it looks good?
That's still showing up. Yeah, I think it does look good.
There you go, then.
actually.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I do.
She's
Yeah.
got a new job now.
I know, and that was another thing.
Yeah.
She's just started a new job, and I'm going to dye her hair, and she's going to look like an idiot. And I was sure she was going to look like an idiot. And I kept
Yeah.
saying, this
The
is
pressure.
on you, because you thought that I could do this.
It's your fault if I fuck this up.
And it's like, yeah,
You
that's
shouldn't
exactly
have
that.
believed in me. Why did you believe
Why did you
in
believe
me?
in me?
Why did you trust me?
You made
Then
us
she was
both
like,
idiots. Yeah.
Anyone can do it. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure anyone can do it, except me. I'm going to fuck this. But I didn't. She was still right. And anyone probably can. You guys could probably do it.
Yeah.
If I could do it, you could do it.
I feel there's.
Isn't that galling?
I don't know if I could do it.
This is it. Believe me, I was at lower than 0
Yeah.
of reckoning whether or not I had any capacity of doing this. I didn't think I had 1% of what was required to do this.
And yeah.
And I fucking did it.
Liz, when she
It's
gets her hair done,
sickening.
she goes out for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, thank goodness, because I don't want to have any involvement in trying to
No.
make that happen.
But the
because
idea of being
I'd screw it
responsible
up.
as well for how bad it could have been, and knowing that she would have basically had to just live with that.
Yeah.
Because she died.
Yeah,
her
I mean,
hair.
let's say it did go wrong. What would the repercussions have been?
Well, she'd have probably gone to the hairdressers or whatever.
Yeah.
And paid through the ass to, in some way, try and fix what I'd done.
Well,
Well,
how-
they can like strip hair, can't they?
or like cut a shorter style to
Yeah.
make it go away.
But like the worst you could have done is just made it more of one color than another.
yeah,
surely.
I suppose that's probably true. But then
Yeah.
I would have felt bad that she bought these 2 colours
Sure.
and that, she had this big vision. And
Again, I feel like Ali probably knew that.
Yeah,
That you could
really-
only fuck it up so
Yeah.
badly.
yeah, well, she kept saying that. That's
Yeah.
literally the word she was saying. is that
Yeah.
you really can't fuck this up. And I
So-
was like, no.
So what you're,
I beg to differ.
what you're kind of suggesting is that the trust your beloved wife placed in you sounds like it was quite limited to begin with, because she knew.
I feel like she gave you the illusion of trust.
Yeah, she'd engineered a scenario in which you really
I couldn't fail.
fuck it
It's
up.
like the
yeah.
opposite of the Kobayashi Maru.
I got that reference.
Yeah,
Do
I'm
you-
sure. I'm sure.
Do you have the energy to explain it to?
He likes star-related sci-fi franchises.
But
It's a Star Trek joke. I'm so sorry. I know you.
yeah, I don't understand that reference.
I'm not gonna. I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy.
Nah, it's really.
Well, the
it's not
listeners
worth
understand it.
Yeah.
Someone will
Everyone
get
will
a kick out of
understand
it.
it.
You're not going to get any enjoyment out of it, so it's really not worth explaining it. No,
I didn't understand that.
I've got hate.
Oh yeah.
I hate.
Oh,
I
look at his little
Oh,
face.
oh,
Look at his little.
I'm
Look at him. He's so
delighted, yeah.
excited about this one.
I hate museum exhibits that incorporate living actors.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, I
Well.
feel like I know roughly the background to this, but nobody else.
Any
will,
sort
so
of
it's
audience
worth explaining.
participation. Ooh, let's play a role. Ooh, kind of
yeah,
bullshit.
Well, it's twofold. It's twofold, isn't it? Because Lucy and I, we've just had a little holiday. Just had a little couple of days away up in York. It's very nice.
Very nice.
Went to a museum up there, and they had a whole section in there which is done up like a Victorian street. You know, so you can just walk around like an ancient. And to be honest, like it must have been. I assume it was just original buildings that they have roofed in, because there was a lot of stone. It looked old.
Shit.
And there was a guy walking around wearing a top hat.
Oh no.
And he seemed to be kind of like
Oh no.
at a bit of a loss, because no one was approaching him.
It's the same as not
Yeah.
wanting to sit next to.
Yeah.
It's the
Just
same
don't
effect.
come near me.
It's like charity muggers on the street. You give them a wide berth.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get engaged in that whole like having to say
Yeah.
no
I
to
don't want
blind
to be.
children.
I don't want to be in this exact scenario which
Yeah.
I am now.
It's
in.
just-
And he's looking for prey.
Yeah, so I purposefully didn't make eye contact with him.
Absolutely.
So I feel that's one flavour of it.
Yeah.
But I feel I've also come to experience the other side of this, which is where maybe you'll walk into an exhibit, and let's say it's an exhibit about the home. So how has the British home and how we live changed over time? Now,
And what are you saying? Like, there's actors in the homes.
well, no, my point is, it's probably a lot of money to hire an actor
Yes.
all the time. But what we might do is we will get an actor in, film them,
Sure.
and then they will be forever playing on a loop
Yeah.
when you walk into a room.
Yes.
And this is a particular form of cringe that makes me want to die. Because it's like I walked in, I was just here to have a good time.
Yeah.
I didn't know
what was coming.
about
Yeah, you were
Village.
2 beers in.
Yeah.
You were at a museum.
I've just, I'm,
You had 2 whiskey sours. And
Yeah.
you were in.
You had your 2 sours on the bus.
It's
Yeah.
2:28 on a Wednesday. I'm wasted.
Yeah.
I want to learn
Yeah,
about. I want to
yeah,
learn
yeah.
about some
Homes
history.
through the decades.
And I'll just walk into an exhibit and start reading a little plaque, and it will say like Elizabeth it would be something like Edward Christopher Jennings was a wealthy landowner at the
love that
time, and I'm reading this plaque. Next thing I know, whoa, what's going on?
He's there on the
You've
screen.
transported-
He's there on the
I
screen.
didn't know they had cameras back then.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Hello.
And if he
Hello, Edward Christopher.
yes,
Jennings here.
yeah. And there's a man.
I first acquired this land in 1473.
But that's bad. That's already bad. But it's when they're acknowledging the time travel element of
Oh,
it. And they
no.
go, "Well, good day, stranger. I don't recognise your
Oh,
clothing.
yeah,
What land do you hail from?"
What's that small black obelix in your hand?
Of course, in my day, the only thing we held was a pamphlet from the revolutionaries. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, you're killing me. And then they had another screen pop up, and I shit you not, it was a different person from a different historical era. And this guy talking to each other.
No.
Yeah, so we had a man from like the 1950s talking to a man from like the 1780s, and he was like, "I don't know." He was like, "Please, sir, I need to see your ticket. You're not allowed to be in here." "I'm not allowed to be in here because I own this land." I'm
God,
like-
this is miserable.
and I'm trapped in this like
it's like you're not learning anything.
this house
either.
of lies.
Yeah.
You're not you. You're not you. This is all fake.
Yeah.
You're playing on an upright iPad. You're on a a Samsung LED whatever. This is grim. This whole thing is grim.
Yeah, I think the specific making like reference to that, it's like meta, isn't it? It's like making reference to the fact that they are out of time.
Oh my god.
It does nothing. It teaches us nothing.
Yeah.
It adds nothing to the environment. If anything, it takes something away.
Yeah, because I mean, how many layers? How far back do we peel this? Because not only are you talking through time, assuming you are the actual person from 1786,
Which I assume they are.
how was this recorded?
Yeah.
Like, what did you think was happening?
On a kinetograph.
I spoke into a daguerreotype, and then this happened. So what,
And here I am speaking to you.
I'm sitting. You've joined me as I sit for a wood carving, which no doubt you're enjoying. In the
Somehow this wood carving is two-way, and I can see your Pikachu t-shirt.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that is at all. Pikachu doesn't look like a rat that used to run the streets of London in my day.
God.
There's a bit later on where you go down into the basement, and of course that was an old actual dungeon where people were kind of
Brilliant.
imprisoned. And this was even worse
Hello.
because they had stealth projectors. So you'd walk into a dungeon and there was like an infrared beam which you've clearly triggered.
Oh no.
And then it's like, and then it
Jesus.
starts projecting like a
Yeah.
ghostly figure onto a
Go-
wall.
Ooh,
I
hello.
died here.
I was imprisoned for tax evasion. Of course, I did it I didn't agree with Charles II. And I'm like,
Imagine, right? Let's say these things. Let's just suspend our disbelief for a minute.
Okay.
And these people back in the day were just like, I'm just going to do my piece to camera.
for
Just for
200
prosperity.
years.
Just
Oh,
in case it's played in a museum. One day.
Hello,
Hello, I was a ghost.
I died for tax. Really, have I got to say I died because I was in prison for tax? Yeah, just say that to the daguerreotype, please.
Yeah, please. Just film it. It'll be fine. It'll make sense.
It's a bit weird. Am I going to jail?
It'll be fine.
Yes, you are.
And what are these machines I'm looking at? That's a high definition camera. Fucking get on with it.
Just get on with it, please. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I know this is a bit irregular. I know you're currently in a debtor's prison. That's cool. But could you just like really just evoke to the camera?
Yeah.
And could you actually just comment on how unusual this whole thing is? That'd be really great.
Oh, how strange.
Oh, fancy seeing you. Oh, yeah.
What does a ghost
If you
do?
could really ham it up, that'd be great.
Greetings, stranger. I wasn't expecting a guest today. My, you are garbed in a most curious manner. Of course, I'm arrested because I'm going to die soon.
Yeah.
But no, let's talk about your Pikachu.
Yeah.
You know, what the fuck's that?
Yeah. I hope to be a tourist attraction of the future.
And of course, the irony is because once I've already been fooled once in the first cell, and I'm like, okay, now I know that this house of lies is just riddled with infrared beams, and if I step into the wrong, like I don't want to learn now. I don't want to explore.
Well, this isn't learning.
Yeah.
This is lying.
Yeah, if I deviate from the path even slightly, I'm going to see a man in a kind of thrift shop, like Edwardian prisoner's garb, going like, "I get whipped daily," you know, like I don't want to know.
I wonder. Well, two things.
Sure.
One, you're probably not the target audience for this, John. However,
Who is?
yeah, but that's what I mean. That's kind of what I mean. Who, like, let's say it's aimed at kids, for example.
Yeah.
I bet you there's not a kid on the planet who remembers anything that one of those things has said to them.
Yeah.
On the planet.
But also, some board member at the museum with a degree of probably
Someone on the board of that museum thinks that's cutting edge.
good intentions.
And funny.
Anyway. We need to make
And
history
funny.
interesting.
Yeah.
We need to make
And
history
this is the way to
interesting,
do
yeah.
it.
How do we make history accessible?
It's like it's come to life because it's making reference to the modern day.
In 10 years, they'll be doing TikToks at museums.
Oh my god, they will be, won't they? Yeah.
They'll have people filming themselves going, what's the latest trend? And it's like fucking who knows what. Edwardian music.
You're right, dear. I'm good wife Jenny, and I've been in prison for petty treason. Now let's do the ice bucket challenge, or as I call it, torture. Waterboarding.
I also like that the most modern reference you could think
I
of
know.
for a trend was the ice bucket
Because
challenge.
they were recording this in 1648.
Which was, what, 9 years ago?
Maybe more.
I'm good wife Jenny. Watch me dab. Watch me floss.
Watch me down this can of bang energy drink.
I'm doing the Tide Pod challenge.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm just grateful for any food.
Yeah.
Spoonful of cinnamon, I'll have it.
They're having me do it. Save me, little one.
With your Pikachu t-shirt.
Now watch me plank.
Oh, God. Yeah, that does sound shit. That does sound-
Absolute shit.
That does sound like garbage.
It's just, I mean, like the dungeon was a particular, like, you know, I'm actively like I'm terrified now. Where's this
Yeah,
next?
check, like throwing smoke bombs down to like check for beams that you won't cross.
But there weren't
like entrapment.
actors wandering around, or were there?
There were,
Oh,
but I'm not even touching on them.
The
Because
thing
I-
about those, right, is
Yeah.
that they probably get told you need to interact with people because you're going to bring this exhibit to life.
Yeah.
Right? So they've probably got almost like a quota or a target of how much they've brought the exhibit to life.
Yes.
Right? So they are like hunters
Yeah.
looking for prey. They are trying to
Yeah.
find someone who stupidly makes that 1 second of eye contact so that they can leap in and go, "Hello, I'm Old Man Jennings and I used to own this street. Have you got any questions?"
Yeah.
No.
No questions.
No questions. Please
Never.
leave me alone. Oh, well, would you like to come into my house? No, I certainly
leave-
wouldn't. Stranger
I
danger.
said,
though.
back off, Slick. Yeah.
I'm drawing a centaur.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to just position my shit here.
My, what a virile horse.
My, that's a curious looking cat.
What a lot of appendages.
My, with that many limbs, silly say gold, it's heavenly. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I would hate that.
Yeah, it's awful.
I was really afraid of it when I went to Disneyland. I thought it was gonna.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be because there famously is like Disney characters wandering about, and I was like, But it's okay. They don't want to talk to me because look at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
fair
not
enough.
the target audience for
Yeah.
them. So they just went right past me and focused on a
Straight
child.
past, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you have kids, it's like, oh, fucking hell.
You're gonna get it. With,
Although I feel like they
kids,
would
yeah.
approach the kid and you'd be like, just taking pictures
Yeah.
or something. That'd be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be all right.
Yeah.
We were kind of lucky because, like, we were, I was trying to flee the automated tracking educational systems.
Stepping
But,
over
like,
the laser.
The other threat was obviously the sentries, the roaming sentries who were wearing top hats. But thankfully, there was a
Not centaurs, sentries.
school trip coming around
So they
just
were
around the
Oh,
corner
that's
behind us.
That is
so,
good.
so the moment I saw like his eyes kind of wandering in my direction, I could hear like
That's
here
like a
come
shield.
gaggle of children. Yeah, so I ducked down a
Using
side,
them as a shield.
side aisle.
And he's excited now because he's going to meet his quota in second. Because he can perform for a whole gaggle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't his biggest concern at the time.
Well, the irony is, we ducked into a side road on this kind of fake Victorian street, and we ended up in like an apothecary, and literally, it's so funny how it goes so against the intentions of the museum. Where I'm like, oh, an apothecary. This is interesting. My eyes light up, and then I see a man behind the desk dressed in Edwardian gear. He's like, "Good day, customer." I'm like, nope, no.
I would have gone in.
I will
Please don't.
I would have gone in and I would have had a little look around. But now,
nothing. I will learn nothing, sir.
I
Good
refuse
days.
to learn.
Yeah, please leave me be.
Oh well, that's my hate anyway.
Yeah, I agree completely.
I find it worse when, like, we went to a waxwork museum in Canada once.
We
if
did
you remember,
once,
and
yeah,
I couldn't tell what was a waxwork and what wasn't.
Really?
Like the receptionist turned around and I nearly shit myself.
I've never been to one.
He was so drunk, you wouldn't believe.
The
Yeah.
receptionist.
No, Chris, right?
Yeah,
And Chris.
I wasn't even in a waxwork museum.
You were a Wetherspoons.
Yeah, I was just at the cinema. Yeah,
yeah, a waxwork
Yeah.
museum in Canada.
Canada. Yeah,
yeah. This
yeah.
was yesterday in your garden.
Yes. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
On
No,
your
now
back.
now I remember.
Thing is that was quite a small waxwork museum. I seem to recall.
I remember it being
So they're
fucking bad.
So they're very
Yeah.
realistic.
Not in this one.
Well, no, because I'd only got to the
very
front door, and I thought that
Oh, I
that
see.
receptionist doesn't
Yeah.
look real, and then he turned around. I was like,
Hello.
holy
I'm
shit!
Mr. Jennings. I own this waxwork museum.
Greetings, stranger. I don't understand your fancy modern money, Greg. No, that's where we draw the line. They have to pay, Greg.
Wrong museum. Wrong museum.
Goodbye forever, Greg.
Yeah.
I think there's a weird thing about. I think I have been to potentially a couple of waxwork places. It's a weird thing where if you take a photo of them, the photo looks
more
realer.
real.
Looks
Yes,
more
because
real.
they're stock still.
Yeah, I suppose it would be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas when you see someone actually stock still, it's probably very unrealistic because no one is stock still.
Yeah, that's
This
true.
was not a good waxwork museum, and also when I returned to Canada a good many years later, it was no longer there. So
Because they all
right.
melted.
That was on the island, wasn't it?
it was on the island.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think after the incident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We weren't
Because,
allowed
because
back.
they all melted.
We weren't allowed back. It's fair enough.
Because they all melted.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right.
That was it, 'cause it's a-
No,
Go on, love.
No, I remember. Yes, I have.
Let's move this along.
My love is when you go in the fridge
Here we go.
and you find the leftover Christmas beers.
Oh,
And we're a month later now, but because
You've only just got to them.
to give you another look behind the curtain, I suppose, of this podcast.
That's part of the comedian.
John will often supply the big beer. You're like the
At the
you're
show.
like-
When we're recording the
Yeah, when we're
podcast.
recording,
You'll supply the big beer, and I'll often bring a smaller.
Yeah,
beer.
that's
A
like
secondary,
the chaser. Yeah,
beer.
yeah.
Should we wish to
Yeah.
have another one,
Keep going.
and we usually do.
We do. Yeah.
Tonight I went in because I'm not sure.
You
We've
don't.
got this new kitchen, and so I went in the fridge. I was like, I don't quite know what beer we've had.
Could be anything.
There's fucking loads,
Really?
and like a varied amount as well. I've got a lot of beer and a lot of variation, and it's all left over from Christmas.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
And that was a delight to open the fridge to that this evening and just think and just say, oh my goodness, there's quite a lot to choose from here that I can take to the podcast.
It's getting
with me.
increasingly hard to maintain the illusion that we're not Dickensian,
Yeah.
rich, like industrialists who are kind of. We
I'm
don't
often,
even know.
I'm often scrabbling around, to be honest. Like I'll bring whatever, and it's just like that.
Oh, my
that'll
beer
have
fridge.
to do.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I found a whole stein of
Well, we
the
do.
finest lager behind that ham.
yeah. Well, we have two fridges at my house, so we have the main fridge,
Johnny Two Fridges. over
Yeah,
here.
Johnny Two Fridges.
Donald.
And we have the drinks fridge, which is a fridge that was just like an inbuilt fridge when we bought the house. So we've just kept it in the new kitchen,
Built in.
and we just use it as a drinks fridge now.
Nice.
But yeah, it's full of good stuff at the moment, like good beers.
we should record it at your place.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
really should.
What are
Yeah,
we doing here?
Yeah, let's go.
that would require a larger edit, I think.
Yeah, there isn't software
dog.
powerful enough.
Yeah, sorry.
There's a dog.
There's a dog as
We have
well.
to
Yeah.
edit the dog.
We'd have to edit
yeah,
the dog
yeah.
in, actually.
Yeah, you'd have no choice.
Yeah.
You'd have to edit the dog in. So I had pale ales, I had hipster beers, I had lagers.
Holy crap.
I've got all sorts in there at the moment. You
Yeah.
wouldn't believe it. And I don't really drink.
might believe
it or not, I don't really drink during the week
No.
at home. So I've got that'll last me a while. Like I'll be bringing good beers here for a little while. Don't you worry about that.
Oh, that's great news.
Yeah.
I kind of feel
We
this
can
way.
benefit.
I kind of feel this way about like surprise cake.
Yeah.
Like
It's exactly what it is.
what-
Like if you're not expecting to see something you really, really want, and then you open something up and it's
Yeah.
like, there it is.
Surprise
Yeah.
cheese. That works for me.
Surprise cheese.
Sometimes
I found
there's cheese in the
Pringles in
and
the cupboard.
also cheese.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
quote unquote.
Well, yeah, sometimes it's cheese,
Just
like
cheese.
bastard cheese, but sometimes it's cheese,
Yeah.
like actual
Yeah.
cheese, and those are good times, better times, arguably. But yes,
Yeah, but also, I mean, there's a difference between finding like I found several beers behind I don't know a turkey. You know, what's decadent? I don't know.
Yeah, turkey's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goose.
goose.
A goose. Yeah.
We both said goose.
There's the goose.
I found some beers behind my vat of goose fat. You
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
and then also I found some cheese.
I found some old cheese.
some old cheese in the back of the fridge.
Exciting, right?
I feel like I feel
It's a
wealthy.
it's a different
Yeah.
kind of exciting.
That's a very different kind of
It's probably
exciting,
got some blueness to it now,
yeah.
which is good cheese,
Some
right?
veininess.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah, I think that's good.
Cheese always walks that fine line where it's like purchased with mold. That's good.
Fine,
You know,
apparently. Gained mold.
But if it gets its
Game
own
mold.
mold, yeah, you're not too sure.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Throw that
Yeah.
away.
Yeah,
Weird.
that's true.
But no, I agree. Finding secrets in the fridge.
That was really good. That was a real treat tonight on the way
Mm.
here. I did have another love lined up, and then I opened the fridge. I was like, "Yeah, I've
Fuck
got
me.
to go with
Look at all
that."
that
Same
beer,
here.
yeah.
I'm never gonna have another opportunity to bring this up because it's very rare
Mm.
that my fridge is so well stocked with such a variation and volume of beer.
The two V's.
The two V's.
It's actually kind of you're suggesting that it's not just quality, it's quantity.
It's both.
So where
God.
have you been
Well,
storing?
you're coming around at the weekend.
Whatever. Yes.
You'll
Certainly,
find out.
certainly now.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
You'll be seeing it. I'll open the fridge up and you'll be like,
Yeah.
Holy
But also,
Ah.
like, I guess my point is, where have you been storing your food?
oh, I don't
In
think
the
that's
other
important.
fridge.
I don't know.
If you've only just noticed that you've got
drinks
all this
fridge.
beer.
The drinks fridge.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I have a
yeah.
drinks fridge.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
The
Wow.
food goes in the big fridge.
Oh, of
fridge.
course.
The,
Yeah.
the now integrated fridge because we
Yeah.
used to have like a standalone fridge, and now obviously because we've had the kitchen done, everything's integrated again. But with that other fridge was always integrated in the old house, but now it's also integrated in the new kitchen.
I see. I hear what you're saying. I'm struggling to care.
Yeah. You asked.
Well, and I regret
I
it.
regret
yeah.
it. Yeah, almost immediately.
Lots of beers, lots of variation.
Great time.
Come to my house.
That's an open
Don't.
invite.
Don't.
That's an open invite. No, we'll put the address
don't.
at the end.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
John and Nick are sometimes invited.
Yeah, and we'll put the address at the end.
Oh, I don't think that's a good idea.
John will edit it in. He loves editing.
It's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, it's playing now in the background.
Okay, yeah. Just what subliminally.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
running along.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
along
we
the
could
bottom.
try that. See who turns up.
The
The doorbell's not very loud, so I probably won't answer.
Yeah. I was going to say something, but it's probably not worth it. That was all right.
Go on, no, go on.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, like, when I used to work in an office.
Oh, fucking hell.
Those days when somebody would turn up and go, you know,
Yeah.
it was, my baby's christening at the weekend. Here's some extra cake. I'd be like, yeah, all right. I'll
Extra
eat that.
cake days
Yeah.
are special days.
That is good.
Yeah.
When people turn up at work with unexpected treats.
Yeah.
Same sort of
I
deal.
often think to myself, like, what's my sugar going to be today? What am I going to? I'm going to have like,
I need something.
get a brownie, get a flapjack, and
yeah,
then
side of sugar.
and then you're like, hello,
Hello there.
Yeah,
free
that'll-
cake. Here.
that'll
That
do.
doesn't count. That's
You have
just
to pay
like
for that.
that's just extra cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't control when that appears in your
No.
life. So you just, it's not. Yeah, it's not.
It's a
problem.
similar deal when the fridge is full because it's like, I have paid for that.
Yeah.
But I've not paid for that.
Yeah,
It's
You know
like,
what I mean? It's like free beer.
yeah, it's like
I'm not paying for it now.
Yeah, exactly. If I paid for it in the past, then I've forgotten about paying for it.
And
It's
clearly
basically
you've,
free,
you've
isn't it?
got over that expenditure.
Yeah, it's
like
basically
life
free.
has gone on.
It's like I have an event coming up later this year that I paid for in last summer.
Yeah,
Look
fuck
at
it,
this
that was
guy.
free. It's
Star
free.
Wars Celebration, if you're interested.
2 fridges, 1 event. This guy's
Yeah.
loving it.
Going
Yeah.
to Star Wars Celebration
Yeah.
Easter weekend.
He's got some beer and an event in his calendar.
And I paid for that last summer. It cost enough.
That's money. That's now.
But now it feels like I'm going
that's
for
a
free.
freebie, yeah.
Feels like
Star
I'm
Wars Celebration, eh?
going for free.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck me, it cost a bit.
There'll probably be jokes about the Kobayashi Maru.
Wait, where is this Star Wars celebration?
London.
London.
London Town.
But they have it all over the world. So it's the official Lucasfilm Disney event.
Christ alive! I think it sounds insufferable. Yeah, and what they're going to announce like a new product? Is that going to be?
Yeah, I
the thing?
love product.
I love.
I love Product A.
I love product 14B.
Ultimately, it's about family and product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a party and political broadcast, basically, but yeah. But it'll be fun.
I'm sure it'll be Mark. Are you going to dress up?
Go as a Jawa.
Yeah, I could, couldn't I?
You
Yeah.
could, couldn't you?
Yeah.
I highly doubt it. But I'll wear a Star Wars branded
Go
t-shirt.
as one of Jar Jar Binks' species.
Gungans.
Yes.
That's it.
Go as the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Like just be the Millennium Falcon with 2 legs poking out of the bottom. That'd be amazing.
Naked legs.
I'm trying to think what
heels.
What would I be most suited to as a Star Wars character? I'd be like the Rancor's keeper.
Oh, that's
that's
very
not
mean
fair.
to yourself,
That's-
but
yeah.
also very funny.
Yeah.
And yes, you should be.
Yeah, that
You
would
should
be
that.
that'd be quite
Yeah.
good.
Go as I really just I want to pursue the avenue of going as a ship. I
Yeah.
think that's quite funny.
Or a planet. You could go as a planet.
Go as Hoth.
Go as Hoth?
Yeah.
Go as
In the height of summer.
How ironic.
Yeah. Everyone, I'm Hoth.
You would be very warm.
Yeah.
In Hoth.
Yeah.
Inside Hoth.
I
Yeah.
quite like the Imperial.
This is such a niche round of gags at the moment.
It's very funny.
The Imperial ships, they Star
Destroyers,
Destroyers.
Star
yeah.
Destroyer,
I like
yeah.
the idea of going as a Star Destroyer.
Well, you could go with the Star Destroyer, but like
but
it's pointing
yeah,
up.
Yeah, and like two
Legs out the
Two
engine.
legs at the bottom.
Yeah.
Two
naked legs
up.
in heels.
It'd be like the reverse Centaur, but in a Star Destroyer.
Thing is, if you dressed as a ship with naked legs protruding out the bottom in heels,
Yeah.
you would create a new fetish instantly.
Yeah.
With 50% of the
I
people.
just
going.
like the idea because we've been on the other side of this. We've been at shows behind
Yeah.
a table.
Oh, yeah.
and you occasionally see someone coming like down the aisle who's wearing like a very elaborate
Sure.
costume but needs spotters.
Yes.
because it's so
because
big.
they're wide and tall.
I love the idea of somebody dressed as a Star Destroyer. It's like 8 foot tall.
Yeah.
And they're on heels and they can't
Clip clopping about.
It's like
Bang!
crush.
They're hitting the aircon tubes in the ceiling of the convention centre.
It's about family.
I would pay a vast quantity of money just to see that.
And the thing is, they couldn't turn you away.
No.
They'd want to, but they're like,
Legitimate, yeah.
this person's
can't.
clearly in Star Wars cosplay.
Yeah,
they love
they're a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never speak.
No. Star Destroyers don't speak, so that's
go.
easy.
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
We should try it.
Christ alive!
Great.
That's very good.
Well, I've got a love.
Nick's
Oh,
It's
go
very,
on.
it's very simple. There's a movie coming out
Oh,
starring Gerard Butler. Everyone loves him.
where's he been?
Well, exactly. He's been working on this film.
Oh, okay.
And it's called Plane.
Right.
That's the name of the film.
I have a question initially.
Okay.
How are we spelling that?
Plane.
Like an aeroplane.
Yeah, and in the poster, there's Gerard Butler in the foreground, and he's got a gun, I think.
Oh,
And then behind him, guess what's behind him?
a plane.
There's a plane behind him.
Yeah.
Is it flying or parked?
No, it's parked. It's on the
Okay,
ground.
oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
not what they typically do.
Otherwise, it would look like he was floating.
Otherwise, Butler would be.
Yeah,
or
actually,
giant.
That'd be weird, wouldn't it?
He might be huge.
Yeah.
He might be a
Or he
massive,
could be like a giant.
Yeah.
giant man with a tiny plane flying behind him. But
He's
it's
got
not
like
that.
a Star Destroyer on.
It's a landed plane, and he's in it, and the movie is called Plane.
Plane.
It's just called Plane.
So is it out yet?
I think it's out in cinemas now.
What's it
actually.
about?
Well, I
We'll
know
never
that
know. Nobody will ever know.
I know that
Let's guess.
I know that it's about a plane. Partly,
Sure.
What about it specifically?
probably gun.
Imagine.
fight.
Right.
gun?
Probably gun.
They
Gunplane.
came up. They came up
Gunplane.
with the title of a movie, Snakes on a Plane, before
Yeah.
they came up with the title Plane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would argue that they didn't actually come up with a title for
No,
the movie.
I think
Plane.
this movie, in many ways, like the Sonic movie, and let's not get into that, but like I think it was a script that was sat on
it's
a
been
shelf
floating around
Yeah.
for, a
for
while.
300
If
years,
you'll pardon the pun.
back when they were recording to daguerreotype in the 1800s.
Yeah. Hello there. I see you've
I'm
joined
Mr.
me at the
Jennings.
recording of my new movie.
I've built this new aeronautical device,
Yes.
which I'm hoping to soar across the skies in. Anyway,
My new movie
what's that
script
piece-
is my screenplay is called A Floater.
and it's not about poops.
It's not about what you think.
Yeah, so I think this script has been sat in Hollywood for a while.
Sure, okay.
Probably about generic action hero fights generic menace
And they-
on vehicle.
and
It sounds like
somebody-
something that Liam Neeson would normally be.
Exactly.
And somebody was like, planes are hot right now.
Planes.
Planes
Planes are in. Everyone's back on planes now.
So they went through the script. And
Sure.
They just went find and replace, and
Yeah.
where it said square brackets vehicle, they just put in
Planes.
planes.
Yeah, sure.
And then it was done. And then they shopped around, and the first person to answer any emails was Gerard Butler, who was like, "Please,
So
God,
give me work.
please hire me."
Are you saying that the original draft of the script featured a Honda Accord crashing in the South American jungle?
Yeah, going across the Atlantic Ocean.
The movie was called Accord. At one point. Yeah.
Incredible.
I mean, like, you could call it anything, like, I don't know, landing fear.
That's great.
That's much better. Yeah, I'd take that.
Yeah.
But we don't. Is it about hijacking? Are we saying?
I've no idea.
We don't actually know.
But the point is that I would argue that there are infinite, and I mean that infinite number of better titles
Oh yeah.
than plain. Just plain.
Upright position.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That could be kind of cool.
Cruise control.
Cruise control. Speed 2.
Yeah.
Cruise
Speed-
control.
Speed 2. Speed 2.
No one's made a movie called Cruise Control,
yeah.
Speed 2.
Speed 2. Ride the clutch. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Speed 3, but it's spelled with 3 E's.
Yeah.
We
That's
could do
good.
that. Speed.
And you could hide a 3 in it somewhere in the title.
Speed 3'd.
Yeah.
Three.
Speed 3'd. Yeah. That kind of thing.
That kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
But no. No, instead they went for plain.
So right. See, I'd argue that the other spelling would be quite apt.
As in AIN.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be.
Or it could be the same spelling, but it could be about a carpenter.
Or call it plain.
What if
Yes.
it's about
both spellings.
an esports tournament that was taking place on a plane, and then terrorist attack, and it's called Plane, but it's spelled PLAYNE.
Nice. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Plane.
Yeah, that's good. And it stars Ninja from YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was somewhere between being a hate and a love this.
Yeah.
But I kind of like at first it was going to be a hate, but then it's kind of migrated into being like I kind of love how little effort they seemingly have to put in.
I wonder.
Ah.
I've always wondered this.
Okay.
Like, let's say you're working on a movie.
Let's say
Surely someone believes in it. Do you know what I mean? Someone must think this is going to be my big break.
I wonder.
It's like basically a B movie.
I wonder whether there are movies where no one believes in them.
Yeah, that's an interesting.
I think this is
Question.
one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Because for Gerard Butler, this is a paycheck.
yeah.
Hopefully.
And also,
Yeah.
like, the screenwriter's involvement probably ended years ago. I just say somebody wrote a script. Maybe it had a great title originally. Maybe it was completely different. They could have changed the whole damn thing.
It may not have even had a title. It was probably called like Untitled Script 8. And he got paid $25 for it, and he was like, "That's a good day. I'll go buy it."
I put very little effort into this script.
I cannot stress enough. But it got optioned incredibly, and it sits on a shelf
Yeah.
until one day someone's scrabbling
need
through
a-
like,
we
"Fuck,
need a
we
movie."
need a film. Oh my god, we need a film. We've done that Sonic movie. That was the last script we had.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, what's this behind some beers at the back of a fridge?
Yeah. Oh, that'd be
Fucking
good. Oh, I should look
script.
for a screenplay.
And it's called Square Brackets Vehicle. Like this is
Square Brackets Vehicle would be a much
Yeah,
better
that would be
title.
good.
yeah, it
Yeah.
would be good actually. Yeah.
Vehicular Challenge. Mm-hmm. There you go.
That's
Via
pretty good.
Via Kill, and it's KILL.
Oh!
Via Kill, starring Gerard Butler.
Vehicle.
Oh, sir.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm a full boy.
I've been very good this Christmas.
I got to commend I've been very good this Christmas because I didn't think there
That's
could be
very
a new
funny.
awkward erotic phrase.
Yeah.
And yet
It's
there
good,
it
isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
very erotic.
Yeah.
Vehicle is very good.
Via Kill.
Well,
Yeah.
we wish Gerard Butler the best, and we hope he continues to make shit.
Yeah, I won't be seeing Plane.
No.
I don't care about it.
I don't think I've ever seen Gerard Butler in anything that wasn't a rom-com.
Seen him in 300?
No.
Then that's probably true.
Yeah.
Did you see him in Geostorm?
Geostorm,
That's
another good title.
That's another one. I mean,
Geostorm.
Geostorm is bad, but it's bad in a very different way to Plane.
It's a better title.
Plane.
It's not just because the equivalent would be Storm.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like there's no effort at all. But at
Plane-
least Geo.
Or just calling it Gun.
There must be a
I don't
movie
know.
called Gun somewhere.
I bet there is
Yeah,
actually.
but Gun would be better than
Gun
Plane.
too.
Gun would be better than
Well,
Plane.
Gun with 2 N's, and that's the character's name.
And he has a gun.
And he has a gun.
Car.
Car.
2 R's.
Yeah.
Car with 2 R's, and he's called Car.
His name's Car.
Then we could make whole loads of these.
Yeah, it's loads of them.
Plane, but he's called Plane. Maybe he's called Plane.
Maybe that's his name.
Maybe it's a really clever title.
Like
Edward Plane.
Edward
Edward
Plane
Plane.
is stranded in the sky.
Edward Plane refuses to get on a plane
Arrow.
until Judy calls. And
Who's Judy?
Judy from Judy from Richard and Judy,
Judy from the
calls.
sky calls. She's like, hey.
She's
John-
Edward Plane.
Edward, sorry, Plane.
We need your help on this flight that's already taken off. And he says, I'll be there in a second.
I'll be there in a...
And he gets on the
Plane.
plane. He jumps from one plane to the next, even though he doesn't like flying. And he saves the day from the disturbance
Oh, okay.
on the second
Square brackets.
the second plane or the first plane, depending
Yeah,
on when
which
you started watching the movie.
yeah, which is being attacked by.
That's context is everything,
yeah.
kids.
Being attacked by Trevorists.
Trevorist. Yeah. Yeah. All
Square
right.
brackets disturbance, I think,
Yeah.
is
The disturbance.
Yeah. This. Chris.
Chris Disturbance.
Disturbance.
That's the movie. Chris Disturbance.
Disturbance.
Oh, that's also a contender for episode title as well.
Everyone will think it's been something else, by the way.
Yeah,
If we call this episode Chris Disturbance,
It'll be about
everyone
you.
will be think, oh, what's he been up to now?
Actually, that's
And
true.
it turns out it's something completely different.
Maybe that's what we do. Misdirect.
We'll misdirect them.
I got a love.
Oh,
Go on then, take us home.
You've got a Wikipedia page.
I've got it open. Yeah, my love is Thomas Telford.
Oh.
Hello, I'm Thomas
Hello.
Telford, and I used
Hello,
to own
young
this land.
whippersnapper.
Ooh, what's that in your hand?
What's
Ooh,
that?
is that your
What's that pad of paper you're holding with an electronic property?
Of course, in my day, we didn't have dicks.
We hadn't evolved them yet.
No.
Thomas Telford.
Thomas Telford. Right.
Ooh.
So I mentioned on a previous episode my love of going down random Wikipedia holes.
Yes.
Still up to that.
And generally, my level of engagement and enjoyment is like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, what a well, you know what? It's better than reading the news. That's a good
That's
way to
definitely
start the
true,
day.
yeah.
And then occasionally, you start reading like, oh, yeah, a random Wikipedia article of the day, and then you read it, you go like, fuck yeah,
This is great.
fuck yeah,
Fuck more.
fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Wikipedia,
yeah.
mummy, give me
Yeah.
more.
What
Oh.
content?
So I learned about Thomas Telford,
Oh, yeah.
right,
There
and
you
who was he was a civil engineer, right, Scottish.
Sounds boring at this point.
Yeah, and you'd be right to think
Sounds
so.
boring.
Yeah.
I thought this is going to be a wild ride.
Yeah, okay. Thomas Telford, now is Scottish civil engineer, 1757 to 1834.
So he didn't know what Pikachu was
No,
Okay, so he wasn't young
when he died.
when he died.
no.
At one point,
I mean, he's
probably
very
At one
old.
point when he was born, maybe.
when
Yeah.
he was born, he was probably quite
I
young.
mean, he's very
It's all
old.
context
He's very
again.
old now.
Depends when you
Yeah,
join him in
very
his
old.
life.
very
Yeah,
old. now.
very old. Yeah.
Yeah, very old now.
Tell us all his time.
Anyway, the point is, this guy never found a thing that he didn't build a fucking bridge over. This guy, like, the point is, you know, Telford,
Yeah, that's a
Telford,
place.
named after him.
What?
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's
You can't
interesting.
go. What?
Yeah,
That's down the road,
yeah.
Telford.
So,
Near Birmingham.
you know, one of the wonders of the world, Colossus
Pyramids?
of Rogues.
Yes, he made that.
No, but his mate called him the Colossus of Rogues because he loved building a road.
That's good.
And everyone was like, "That's very clever. What's he doing now? He's building another
They
fucking
should name.
bridge.
They should
He
make
can't
Gerard
stop."
Butler's next film Colossus of Rhodes.
Colossus of
Yeah,
and he
that'd
could
be
play Thomas Telford.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But they'll change his name to Thomas Rowe.
the point is,
Thomas Road.
the point is,
Thomas
nobody,
Tarmac.
nobody whose opinions matter cares about Thomas Telford. Like he's not
No.
like he's no Isambard Kingdom Brunel.
No.
You know, and I'm flicking down through his Wikipedia page, going like, "All right, impress me, Captain 1800s. Give me something to care about." And you're like, "Fuck, he made that bridge, and he made
I know
that bridge.
I've been over that bridge.
Bloody hell, made that bridge as well. Good God, this man
Can I-
just can't be stopped."
Can I name you a bridge?
Try me.
Go on.
And see if he built it. The Humber Bridge. I don't think so because it's
think
quite
he
it's
did.
quite a
Did
new
he make the
bridge.
Humber Bridge?
Probably made by Thomas Humber.
Didn't make the Humber Bridge.
No.
No.
What's the one in Edinburgh? Forth Bridge.
Did he make the fourth bridge? Didn't make the full
No.
bridge.
Did he make
no.
Ribblehead Viaduct in?
That's not a
Yorkshire?
bridge.
Shit.
That doesn't exist.
It's a viaduct.
There's lots of little
Yeah.
bridges connected together.
I'll tell you what.
Tell me a bridge he did make.
I'll tell you what he did make though. Well, I'll tell you what. Before he even made a bridge, he had a good idea for
Time machine.
London Bridge.
Oh, he had an idea for London Bridge.
Didn't get accepted, but that's fine. But I'll tell you what. Boom, 1792, the
we
Montfort Bridge. Shit, already.
Is it still there?
He's a young buck. He's everyone's like
Starting his portfolio.
everyone's like, Jesus Christ, he's got a lot
This
of
guy's
potential.
this guy's a man.
Can he follow it up?
Can he follow
People
up
like,
that
can he
bridge?
follow it up?
Difficult second bridge.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
always the
Can
way.
it? Can he? 1796, 4 years later, not one but two, the Buildwas Bridge and the Longdon-on-Tern Aqueduct.
Fuck me, it's an aqueduct.
He's a Renaissance
He's branching
man.
out.
It's not just a bridge. It's not just wagons and
Yeah.
No, it's a
oxen.
bridge for
Yeah.
water, liquid
for roads.
water.
Bewdley Bridge, Shirk Aqueduct. He's back on the aqueducts. He
Yeah.
can't stop this man.
Yeah.
Ponksillite Aqueduct. Don't even know where
Not
that
even a
is.
word.
Not even a real place. And he
Doesn't
built that. He went to Narnia, built a fucking bridge
Yeah.
over it, came back.
Don't need it.
Came back.
Do any of
Smashed
these
it.
bridges still exist?
Yeah.
Do they?
Loves them. The
Right.
Boner Bridge.
It's a Telford.
Yeah. That was a bit of a laugh. The Telford Bridge.
Telford
Why
Bridge.
did he
What?
call it that?
It wasn't even called Telford back then.
No, he just called the
Built a
bridge,
bridge
back then.
over it, yeah.
Built a bridge
That's
over
probably why
Telford.
it's called Telford.
Waterloo Bridge, Betisicoid did that
Yeah.
as well. Did most
Ironically, it's in Australia.
He made
but-
most of the rogues in Wales. Did that as well.
He made
Yeah.
most of
Before
Wales.
then, didn't have any rogues.
Wales didn't exist.
No, it didn't exist. It was a pipe dream until Telford shattered out. It's not even one of his good
Yeah.
ideas. Made the Menai Suspension Bridge.
Yeah.
That's a Welsh one. I've got family up there. He knows that as
They
well.
live on the bridge.
And I'll tell you what, this is where it gets personal.
Yeah.
Chris Ray,
Chris Ray.
he made the Over Bridge.
Did he really?
He made the Over Bridge.
I know where that is.
Yeah, we grew up.
I don't.
That's like just round the corner. It's by
Did he
Gloucester.
really?
Yeah, he
That's
made the Over
amazing.
Bridge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck. You used
Yeah.
to drink under there, I guess.
Well, yeah, used to.
He
Right.
made,
Yeah.
he made the Dean Bridge
Oh, yeah.
in Edinburgh.
Yep.
Made the Dean Bridge.
The
been-
Dean
have we
Bridge
been
in
there?
Edinburgh.
No, we haven't been there.
For
no,
the
no.
Dean
Made
of
the
Edinburgh.
Conway Suspension Bridge.
Yep.
Fuck, that's
Jesus
constitutes
Christ.
That's a good one.
You know, Caesar, he came, he saw, he conquered. This guy, you know, he arrived in a place, he built a fucking
built a
bridge
fucking
over
bridge
it. He
over
couldn't
it.
stop it. Everyone's like, what are you going to do?
I like the idea that he turned up somewhere and went, how could people bypass this?
Yes.
Yeah, like, this is a lovely place. How can we get over it?
Yeah. How can we
couldn't
get
get
past
on.
it?
Yeah, other people were busy dicking around. This guy was
Yeah.
building a fucking bridge over it. Couldn't stop
Now,
him.
when you say build,
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
you mean designed or do you mean got involved?
Well, he was a gentleman. He didn't do the fucking work, did
No,
he? He's
no,
not an
fine.
animal.
I mean,
no,
he had
but,
slaves
yeah.
probably or
Yeah.
something, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, you know, probably.
Probably,
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
probably.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's probably a
This
deeply,
is a-
he's probably a deeply problematic man, actually.
Very-
You really shouldn't be shining a light on him. Yeah. But,
He'd probably be cancelled.
tell you what, yeah, well, let's not measure him on the bridges he's built.
Yeah.
Let's measure him on the things that have been built after him. 1, Telford.
That's one big thing.
That's the main
Right at
one.
the top. Let's start with Telford. That's great.
Let's
Two,
okay.
two,
Telford.
Telford School.
Okay, but that's
In Telford.
Oh,
I
Arguably-
don't know where that is. I don't have
arguably
time
part
for
of-
that. Yeah, focusing on the wrong details here.
arguably just
yeah.
part of Telford, though. So
Okay, Thomas Telford Road.
In
what, in Telford?
No, that's somewhere else. But he lived there. Yeah, but it's also Telford Hall.
In Telford?
Probably in
Is that-
Telford,
is that-
that.
is that in
No,
Telford?
that's not in Telford either.
I
No.
mean, I don't really accept
No.
that you can build Telford and then also claim to build parts of Telford.
I
as a
think
separate thing.
I think if a town is already named after you,
It's like saying I built a house and I also built a lounge.
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
my
it's
point
like
is-
that's part
yeah,
and parcel.
Yeah, exactly. They've got to be in different places because you don't name the whole city after you and then name a street after you. That's
No,
redundant.
but,
I
but,
don't
but
know.
he's built Telford.
Yeah, built
When No one's
Telford.
arguing that.
Yeah.
And then he built Telford School in Kent.
Yeah, so yeah,
Right.
because he can't be
Can't be
stopped.
stopped.
He can't
He
be
c-
pinned down.
Stop questioning Thomas Telford
You
and
can't
just
pin
get
him
on
down.
board.
You box him in. He builds a fucking bridge over it. He
Yeah,
can't be stopped.
There's no holding
yeah.
him in,
Telford Hall. That's one of his.
Where's that?
That's in Loughborough.
confusingly.
Yeah. Also,
Leicestershire.
could this guy be pinned in by the ocean? No,
Probably.
he fucking can't.
No, where's he gone?
Pennsylvania.
International.
Pennsylvania. There's a Telford.
Is there really?
There's
There's
Telford
a
there.
Telford there.
Yeah.
Did he build stuff?
Yeah, he did. Oh, he's back again. Edinburgh. Telford College. You better
Jesus.
fucking believe
In
that's named
Edinburgh?
after him. Yeah.
What a nutter.
That is incredible.
Telford Bridge. That's a footbridge. It's not just for cars.
Well, that's
2000
only for people,
yeah,
isn't it?
that was named after him. That's in Nova Scotia. He's back in Canada.
Back in Canada.
He's back in Canada.
Back in Canada.
Yeah, and normally he goes over things. But
If he had like a website now, he'd be like, I'm the go-to man for bridges.
I'm the bridge
Imagine
boy.
the business he'd do now.
He'd have a TikTok account.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "What up?"
He'd be like
Dicks.
before and then Telforded.
Before, before lovely valley, like
Yeah.
forests,
And then
you know, like
bridge.
river, and then after just wasteland,
Fucking
but a
bridge. But look at the design.
Telforded. Hashtag Telford.
Hashtag Telforded.
Yeah, loves it. Loves it.
Good.
You
Can't
said he
get enough of
made
it.
something go under something?
Yeah, well, there's a basin named after him. He's not. This guy's not just about.
That's
what
like
do you
the
mean?
as in like a
anti-bridge.
dip. Yeah, that's the thing. Bridges, what's that? It's just an arch, isn't it? It's going over
He
something.
could go under.
What about an inverse arch?
Well, that's where the basin comes in.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy did not see a thing that he did not consider building a road over, building a bridge over, putting a basin under it. This
Yeah.
man could not be stopped. And he wrote poetry.
Did he? I bet it was shit.
About
I bet-
bridges?
No. He died.
Yeah?
Oh,
Yeah, he died.
That's an achievement.
Was that the
in
third
itself.
achievement?
Well, again, like but he died in a really impressive way.
He fall off a
go
bridge.
on.
No, he didn't really. No.
What did he die of?
Died in his sleep.
Crushed by a bridge.
Just say someone
One of
points
his own
out.
bridges.
It said he was of a most genial disposition and a delightful companion.
Oh.
His laugh was the heartiest I ever heard. It was a pleasure to be in his society. And you know what?
Sounds like a right boring bastard.
He was a fucking lad. Good at a
was a
party. He'd read some poetry.
Yeah.
And then he's buried in Westminster Abbey,
Is he really?
Which he built.
which he built. I mean,
Which
he
he
put
built,
a
and then he
fucking
put a
bridge
fucking bridge over it.
which he proposed demolishing to put a bridge over. Anyway, my point is,
Good for him.
What is
Yeah.
your point?
my point is,
Yeah, I'm not sure I know.
I just felt a weird degree of, I don't want to say kinship because I've never built a bridge, but like
You still could.
I was scrolling down his Wikipedia page and going like, here's a man who he did one thing very, very, very well
And by
And
bridge
led
did he
into
do
it.
that?
to the exclusion of all others.
It really monopolised the bridge market.
He really did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for
Yeah,
him.
and he didn't get a memorial. I mean, admittedly, he got like 8 things named after him. But my point
And a
is,
town.
Yeah, he didn't get no fanfare. I mean, he was very rich,
And he
but,
was
like,
buried in Westminster.
Yeah, he was Westminster Abbey.
He
Yeah,
did
but
alright.
like,
But
not-
other than that, no fucking fact. No
No.
Wikipedia. Well, there's a Wikipedia article about it.
yeah, I mean, it
But
wasn't really recognised in his time or afterwards. Well, except apart from all his peers who respected him and
Yeah,
all the
and wrote a
incredible
lot about
infrastructure.
him.
Yeah, and he had
Yeah.
a nickname which is kind of cool. But my point is,
Tell
this
me.
man,
Yeah, what was his name?
Tommy T.
he felt a calling in life.
Tommy
Old,
Trueblue.
old Tommy T loved a fucking bridge. Found a place, built a bridge over it.
Yeah.
Couldn't stop him.
Yeah.
Menace. Absolute menace. Absolute fucking
That's-
fucking menace. This
What an
guy-
absolute fucking operator
Yeah.
he was.
If you had a mate and all he did was build fucking bridges, I mean, you'd have something to say about him, wouldn't you? Yeah.
fucking unit.
Yeah.
Be a good anecdote at a party,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? Like,
Apparently.
I got a mate just builds fucking bridges.
And I tell you what, though, good at poetry. He's got a big laugh.
I
with
bet
all
no
his
one
guy-
could resist him.
Yeah.
It's all
Loves
right.
it.
I
Yeah.
build bridges. Fuck.
Yeah.
I am half-mast
Look at
now.
this guy.
And,
Yeah.
and you can build a bridge over that.
He's like
I think we all are.
he's like Isambard Kingdom Brunel, but I feel he's accessible. I feel
yeah, but it's like what? Isn't Kingdom Brunel made like 2 bridges?
It's like
Whereas
Poundland.
Thomas Telford made
Brunel.
88
Yeah.
bridges plus Telford
Yeah. Yeah.
plus Telford Hall. And
there's no
School.
towns now to have named after Brunel, is there?
no, no
from-
one goes to Brunelsville.
No one
Yeah.
goes to Brunel University.
But who hasn't been? who hasn't? Who hasn't been to Telford though? Who hasn't been to
Who
Telford?
hasn't? I've been to Telford and I
Yeah.
had a middling to low level
Yeah,
experience.
who hasn't been to Telford and had an average time? I mean,
I bought some food at there.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe
I
not.
just took the bridge over it, so.
Yeah, it's easier that way.
who hasn't been to Telford and stopped in the out of town department store and had a Nando's, because they're passing
Yeah.
through and thought, "Here's to you, Tommy."
Yeah.
Yeah, I like raised a beer to the TK Maxx that I think it has.
Yeah.
And went,
Must do.
good for you, Tommy T.
Yeah.
And
It's
carried
what he
on.
would have wanted.
It's what he
true.
would have wanted. And does want.
I think we can all salute somebody who had a passion in life and he
Yeah.
saw it.
God, he
saw
stuck to it.
God,
kept
really,
going.
just didn't deviate.
Even if they didn't want that bridge, by God, they were getting it.
Yeah, they didn't have a choice. More often than not, they didn't actually want the bridge.
Please,
Like,
Sir
we need
Telford.
we need the tourism.
A trade. I need the trade.
Please don't bypass our entire town. No.
Our economy, I beg you, sir.
It requires a bridge, but we're not in a valley, sir.
In fact, we're on a hill.
Yeah.
It'll be more effort to go over the hill with a bridge. No, I'm doing it.
Will some of my poetry or my deep laugh comfort you in this troubling time?
No, this is all your fault. Was United?
Nah, I didn't need it though.
No, I didn't need it. No, it's true.
Not
It
if
doesn't
you
need
built
it.
that many bridges.
Anyway,
There you go.
I like a man with a vision.
He definitely has
Yeah.
that.
Anyway, to the point. What do we think won? Love or hate?
Well,
Oh, I really don't want people to sit by me. Is the problem.
That was quite entertaining. I quite
Yeah.
enjoyed that.
but if we celebrate that by saying hate won, then it could raise awareness and people could sit next to you because they want to sort of like get the notoriety of being the guy or girl who
Oh, I wouldn't want that.
who made you angry.
No, I wouldn't
So,
want that at all.
I'm going to say love.
You're going to say love. I'm not committing yet.
Okay.
But I really hate being edutained in a museum.
Yeah, that's true.
I just want to like.
I do also hate that.
Yeah.
The hates were strong, actually. To be fair,
The hates were
they
far stronger.
Are you doubling down on hate?
Yes.
classic Chris Ray.
I don't want to be controversial, but I think hate. It's got to be.
I respect the vote. As angry as I am about it, I can build a bridge and get over it.